morning! I hope everyone is having a good morning. Welcome on in, Crafty. I hope you're doing well. Let me switch screens really quickly. Hello! I hope everyone is doing well. Apologies for not streaming yesterday. I was okay in the morning, and then after my family left, I was immediately like, no, I'm not okay. Zay, welcome on in, and thank you for the horn. And Alex, good morning. I hope all of your mornings are going well. I hope your weekends are going well so far. We're going to be doing more practice today. I've got quite a few things I want to practice, so we're just going to be staggering them and doing lots of practice the next week, I'd say. Next week, streams are going to be a little bit different, which makes sense because it is the week of Christmas. Tuesday, Wednesday, I am with fam. So I was going to say, how the hell did you get another horn? Zay, thank you so much for hacking 29 months. It's very hecking kind of you. Jeez. And thank you for immediately doing the double horn also. I appreciate it. A Saturday jelly, burn the witch. No. I streamed today I know that I won't be able to stream as much, or I haven't streamed as much this week. And also, like, I got the time. It's fine. Echo, good morning. I hope your morning is good. And heckin' magic. I knew it. Knew it. Well, you're the witch. Where was I? Oh my god, Alex, thank you so much. Heck. It's very heckin' kind of you. Jeez, I really hope for next year that they have a bit more than 4, because there's definitely more than 4 people that I watch regularly, but obviously it only puts the top 4 in there. But this year, I'm pleased. I managed to get 2 of my mods. Next year, my goal is to get Violet up there in the top 4 as well. I think it'll be difficult because Vile streams past midnight for me. But I'm gonna do my best. Little goal for next year, get all 3 mods in top 4. Or I guess we have 5 mods, but only 3 of them stream. So I think it's okay if the other 2 aren't in there. You know, I think that's fine. Today we're gonna be doing some more smocking practice. However, I do have a little bit of an update. I got the duck DLC. Now what that means is, I'll show you. There is only a couple of ducks in the pond right now because they all need to respawn in. But the positive is, look at this fancy new, like I'm on a frozen lake right now. Look at this fancy new pond. And like, I can't even get to Adishadderall anymore. I also can't seem to move. I'm wondering if we have to crack the ice, I think, because this wasn't cracked earlier. How do I get back up to Oh! This is all new to me as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Do I get to go back up to the pond at the top now? Yes, I have gone. Go back into your shed. Take me up. I want to go up. Do we need more ducks in here before it'll take me up? I want to go up. Let me go. Wait. What has to happen? Does it have to go back in its shed first? Good morning, Cthulhu. I hope you're doing well. We need new ducks, or is it slow? No, we do not need new ducks. So really quickly, you're all still here. You're all still here. All the ducks are still here, and we have, of course, the other ones as well. So we don't have any new ducks. It's just a new area, and we're just waiting for the ducks to spawn. Why is he still coming for me? I'm in here. I'm in here. Oh, speaking of which, though, there's a new duck. Now we have Purple. Purple, Adishadderall, and Jelly. A Jelly who I do not know if is ever going to get back, but we'll we do our best. It's cute, though. Like, they've got, like, a little spa area inside if they need to get warm. And then they've got the frozen lake down there. And then a little ski lift. Take them back up again. I don't know. It's all pretty cool. It's just another cute little lake area, really. But it does mean we have to wait for all the ducks to spawn back in again. Tiny, welcome on in. Live long and prosper. I just wrote my personal statement for doing an... Oh, good heckin' luck, Cthulhu. I hope that it goes well. What I'll do is actually, I'll pop us in... 2 seconds. I'll pop us in this, and then what I'll do is, just while we're chatting in the morning, I'm going to bring the ducks back up. There we go. But then we have everything else on the screen as well. Oh, dear. So just slow. Feels fitting for the frozen area. Yeah, it seems about right. I'm thinking there needs to be a few more ducks in there before it lets it go back up again. I think we haven't reached the weight limit. That school looks like an absolute dream. Yes. I can't go too much into it, but I do know people who have studied at Bath and they've had a fantastic time. So if you, yeah, really, really good luck to you. I hope that it goes well. I say all of them have really good jobs now as well, so you know, I would say they're very hard workers, so it's like not completely coincidence, but yeah. Also, Scott, thank you so much for the heckin' egg. I appreciate it. As you can see, the ducks are in a new area and they are slowly but surely spawning in at the moment. But I thought I should mention it. We got duck DLC and it's frozen duck DLC. It's very cute. And honestly, it fits the wintry theme at the moment, so I'm not mad. I think it's very heckin' cute. I'm sure some of them will go down the slide eventually, but it's just one of those things where when there aren't as many ducks, it takes a while for them to unlock everything, but the ducks will just keep spawning in over time. We don't need to rename them. They all keep their names. I have to manually reset them, which is good. Same, yeah, it's like I have heard very good things. Oh, let's just snip all this off. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but there's some annoying fluff. So again, I'm just using scrap fabric today. We're going to be doing some smocking. The other thing that I should mention, sorry, is the music really loud, or is that just me? That might just be me. Some of the tracks are louder than others. I do this, but then instead, so it doesn't get quieter for you guys, do like that. There you go. That should even it out a bit. There is also lots of channel point stuff going on, so I will quickly explain that again for anyone who wasn't here in the last stream, which I think was Thursday. Basically, actually, also for anyone who didn't see the update tweet, we are changing the way a few things. Oh my god, we got Chris. Welcome in, Chris Duck. Isn't it cute? Oh, add a shadow. There you go. There you go. Down the slide, buddy. So cute. Anyways, I'm gonna get so distracted by the ducks doing cute things. Heck. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we have lots of channel point stuff going on, but basically the overarching update is I've reprioritized what I want to do next year, which means we're not doing some of the things we originally planned and we're doing some other things instead. It's all good things. It's just basically that I've prioritized the things I want to do most, and those are the things we'll be doing next year. But what it does mean is that we're likely going to be starting our entry for TwitchCon 2024, not 2023, 2024 in February. Now, I haven't told anyone what the well, I lie, I told Shifty. I can't keep a secret if it's my own. But other than Shifty, nobody knows what the next costume is. So we're giving away hints in the channel points. All of chat get one guess a day. So collectively, you can guess one time. So whoever redeems that needs to have a pretty damn good guess and might want to discuss with chat first. Oh my god, the ducks are coming back up. Oh my god. Wait, where have they gone? Have I missed them? Wait, where did they go? Oh, wait, no, that's just Chris. Chris just went inside. Where did the ducks go? Did they miss their stop? I should have been on one of them, shouldn't I? They've just disappeared into the night. Where did they go? All right, this time I'm gonna follow someone who might end up on oh, purple, come on. You got this. If I go down to add a shadow rule, where the hell did that go? Also, I can see something in there. There is a massive rubber duck in the ice down there. Can you see that? It's like a mammoth duck. Oh, they're coming back, they're coming back. Oh. Wait, they're in here now. Oh, they must have got dumped in here then. How did it happen? Next time I'll follow them. I don't know how that happens. Also, Shifty plukes a duck now. I'm so confused. Oh, Shifty, yeah, you're going down? Perfect. We need a few people down here to get the ski lift. I'm getting very lost. This is a cosplay stream. Let me go back really quickly. There you go. Also, thank you so much for contributing to the daily total. So the way that it's going, if we hit the daily total first, I'll tell you guys like that. I'll just tell you straight away. But if one of you manages to guess it correctly before we hit the total, so I think that's 150,000 channel points. If one of you guesses correctly, everyone gets their channel points redeemed. So you'll have the channel points back to you. That's the goal. That's why there's daily clues, but also you can just contribute to the goal. Because if you just want to smash it out, then it's the 150,000 channel points. But if one of you guesses it right, I'll redeem all of your channel points. You can get them all back. Wait, there's a puck on the ice? Also, you want your cosplay clue. I understand. I just need to see the puck. Oh, there is! Ada Shadow was really close to it as well. This is the thing, once they're on the ice, they kind of don't move anymore. You have to wait for the little trolley to come out and push them along. That's okay, though. I'll leave that there. There you go. Ah, dear. Right, so do you remember your clue from yesterday, or do you want a refresher from that one as well? Or yeah, from yesterday, from Thursday. The new clue I'm going to give is I'm going to give what... Not what it is, but like the genre. So it is from a television series. The clue from yesterday was it's in the last 5 years. So it was a television series in the last 5 years. There you go. There are your 2 clues so far. You got it. Also, Cosplay Meg, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. So we will start sewing in a second, but Duck DLC. Duck DLC. Cosplay guessing. The ducks have taken priority in my heart. So those are the 2 clues you've got so far. As far as the general total goes, you're already 15% of the way there. We've only just started the second stream, so yes. Oh dear. At the moment, I guess it doesn't narrow it down too much, but you know, it's like 20 questions, isn't it? You slowly pick it up each time. All right. I really want to see these ducks. I want to see where they go. I'm really curious. Also, oh, got Jason, got Purple, Chris, and Jelly, and then down there we had Ada Shadow and Shifty. So we got 6 ducks already have re-emerged. But I'm kind of interested in these ones, to be honest. There's like lights in the water that are just illuminating this mammoth duck. I'm wondering if there's enough ducks on the ice if we can smash the ice. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if that's possible though, but it feels like it could be. Nope, this is good. Gets the noggin working. Hell yeah! And you, of course, as a collective, you do have 1 guess every day, but I don't want to pressure anyone to take that. The only one I will say who probably shouldn't take it is Shifty, because I completely forgot last time that Shifty actually knew. That being said, I don't think anyone was going to guess it last time. Shifty's guess in the first stream was, is it duck egg? I said no. No, it is not. It is not duck egg. Actually, do I want to do the flip side? I think I do. So again, this is just some scrap. I have a lot of scrap fabric. We're going to be drawing a grid on it and practicing some more smocking. I just, you know, I've got... It's very similar to the one that I did on Thursday. However, oh, also, did you know I didn't do this properly? On Thursday, I meant to turn the bits out and they're meant to become flowers. I was leaving them as squares, but I actually really like them as squares. So I found another one that does a similar technique that still leaves the squares there and you get something pretty like bows. Also, Lee, welcome on in. Thank you for contributing to the cosplay challenge. I appreciate it. But yeah, it was meant to be like that. I did it with the purple one as well. It's meant to be like a flower smocking, and I was like, squares though, squares. Because I was leaving it like this, which I do still really like, but you're meant to like turn these bits inside out and stuff, and I wasn't doing that. Oops. So I found another one that's a little closer to what I want it to look like at the end, and we'll be doing that one. Okay. How far from the top is that? Actually, that should just be a proper right angle, shouldn't it? Night angle. Not quite a night angle, but a right angle. I haven't taped it down again, but I do know where my duct tape is now, actually, so I might do that quickly. There it is. So it was recommended to tape this down when you're drawing the grid, just to stop it from moving around. And honestly, it sounds like a really good idea, because the fabric moving around is a pain in the ass. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for contributing as well. Hell, thank you. Oh yeah, smoking is a skill I want to learn as well. It takes out a notepad. Oh, it's one of those ones where I've watched people doing it for so long, and I've just been like, damn, wouldn't it be cool to be able to like add that to the costumes I do? Because I tend to muck around with costumes. We dabble. So ignore the fact that I absolutely ruined the duct tape at that end. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It'll only be there for a minute. It's because my scissors have got sticky on them, so like when it's cutting the duct tape, it's being a pain. There you go. Okay, and then... should I do the top and the bottom as well? I'll do the top. I'm not gonna bother with the bottom. Oh dear. I watched a video you posted, then I had to rewatch it a few times because it was insane. But I also prefer the squares and not making the flowers. Yeah, I really like the squares. And they kind of really fit what I wanted to do. So I'm like, I wanted to find another one that still had that kind of vibe. But the thing is, my concern was, right, if I'm claiming to make a traditional, I don't think this gives away anything about the next costume, but like I want to make it using predominantly traditional techniques, and also like it is going to be predominantly hand stitched. That's just how I want to make it. It doesn't have to be made like that, but that's my preference, that's my choice, right? So I want to have recognizable smocking techniques in it. That's why it's like I'm a bit hesitant to be like, oh, here I am making it this way. I know it's not traditional, because it's like, well, that's my whole selling point. It's meant to be quite traditional. I'm gonna do it to 2 centimeters again, just because it's the first time I've done this one. I know I said last time like 2 centimeters was a little bit big, and it is, but I would rather have the wiggle room the first time I do something. So I'm also gonna do a bit more than last time because it's a bit more complex. Also, just get that line nice and straight, thank you. And this side will end up being the back, don't worry. I should also do it like this, shouldn't I? So that I can match it to something. I will say already, having this stuck down does make this a lot easier. I imagine if I'm doing it for the real costume, I'll have a much bigger grid, or maybe like lots of smaller grids. I'll probably be doing a lot more at once. Just makes sense, huh? Go. Oh dear, that's adorable. It takes the ducks back at the top of the pool. Is that what it does? Because I've been trying. Oh wait, did I miss the ducks? Oh god damn it, I did. Yeah, it does take them all back up there. Oh wait, we got our first wait, who's this dude? Wait a second, this is a new duck. Where are our new ducks? Wait, they're not on the list. We got 3 new ducks. Oh, I didn't even know. Okay. Only 3. There's 3 new ones. So there's 3 new that you can claim, including this adorable little woodcutting. This little lumberjack. There's a tiny little lumberjack duck. Oh my god, they're so cute. Okay. Right, let's get it in a good angle. There we are. Oh dear, brave one. It's a challenge, isn't it? But then I think cosplay competitions are a really good opportunity to challenge yourself and your skills, because you know that everyone else there is going to be like a world-class cosplayer. So if you're not going to challenge yourself at that level, when do you challenge yourself? I think it's a really good opportunity for that kind of self-challenge, because that way you're not just going against everyone else, but you're also trying to make the best thing that you've ever made. Which obviously not everyone enjoys that, and I don't want to make it seem like that's the only way to enjoy cosplay or anything, but like, it is definitely another way to enjoy cosplay, and I enjoy it a lot. Oh, there we go. And what's to there? Actually, how many are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's not going to work because it's even. That's fine. We'll have an extra line at the top. I learned that last time. It needs to be odd, otherwise you have extra ones. But it's not a problem. It's just practice. Oh dear. Right. Hopefully we got it in a good place now to see when they get back up again. It's very heckin' cute. The DLC is, well, honestly, all parts of this game are pretty damn cheap. Like, the original is £1 something, but then you can get like a bundle deal, or you could, I don't know if you still can. You get a bundle deal for like the extra ducks and the main duck game for like £2 something, and then I think the DLC is just another £1 something on top of that. It's very cheap. It's offered me hours of fun so far. There we go. I've been doing behind the scenes. It won't look like I've done much work at the moment because I've predominantly been working on designing the new costume. Because I can't tell you guys what the new costume is right now. I can't show you any of the behind the scenes work. But I will get round to it, obviously, when we eventually announce the next costume. I'll happily go through everything that I've already done. I guess this is kind of a secret hint, but not really, because, like, honestly, you could do this with anything. I've been preparing, like, the embroidery files and stuff like that off stream. I've been doing the designs and stuff. Even though I predominantly want to use traditional sewing techniques, I think I probably will use the embroidery machine just for the extra skill of digitizing and creating your own embroideries. Not, I guess, because it's necessary, but because it does display something else that I can do and have the ability to do. Yeah, I've been doing that. I'm trying to keep it relatively minimal though, just because I do want to have a real focus on the hand stitching elements, all of the hand embroidery, all of the sequining, all of the beading, all of that kind of stuff. Especially since that's also the part of costume that I really, really enjoy. I've also been looking at like where I can purchase certain things. I need very specific colours. Not telling you what colours, but I do need very specific colours, which are a little bit more difficult to find. When you have like a specific colour in mind, when you're looking at getting like sequins and beads, it can be quite hard because they all come in their like set colours. So I've been trying to work around that as well. Finding places where I can buy stuff where it's like close enough, you know? Okay, right. So I actually still build it up the same way as the last one because you won't see any of this on the top. But rather than doing a cross through them, I am just going to put like a little spot in the middle of them, just because this fabric in particular is quite thin. And so you'll see stuff through it probably. Not that it matters, it is just a test, but... I think that's a square. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That one off. That one off. That one off. Oh wait, is the ski lift there again? 2 seconds. It is there again. Alright, who's in the ski lift? I'm following you. Oh, they're only just in there though. I think it's okay though. I don't think they'll get stuck. It's me again. Okay, when does the ski lift go up? I want to follow it this time. Or someone else might be coming down to join us in the ski lift. Who's that? Is that Shifty Bluke? I think that's Shifty Bluke. Oh my god, it's so cute. He's gonna get targeted really hard though because he's the only one. I know. Oh, you've hit a rock. How are you gonna turn around? How are you gonna get that Shifty Bluke? Oh god. Oh, I mean, I kind of did it. I kind of did it. He's on his way. Oh my god. Shifty. Shifty, you're being bullied by the snowplow. Oh no, is the snowplow stuck? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's just confused. Go on, get Shifty Bluke. The snowplow also slides also, which is very cute. Come on, take us. There's 2 of us in here now. Come on, we want to go. Oh dear. I don't know what I can do to make it close the doors and go up. Also, Asylum, welcome on in. The ducks are all the same, but we're just waiting for some of them to spawn right now. But this is a new duck pond. The bottom bit is frozen. There's lots of ducks up the top as well. But at the moment we're just keeping an eye because I really want to see them go up in the ski lift. And I think it'll happen. I don't know when. Does like Shifty Bluke need to be in there as well for it to do it? Oh, there they go. There they go. Oh, and the barrier went up. Okay. Oh, oh. Are we going? Are we going? There they go. I want to see where they go because I've missed it the last couple times. Okay. Oh, all the way over here. Oh, I see, and it goes in the house. And then it, oh, that's very cute. That's very, very cute. We got a few more ducks spawning as well. Oh dear. Oh. Okay, I'm content. I saw the thing happen. I'm happy. Winter arrived at the ducks. Looks good here. Got about 2 more. Oh, you got more snow? Oh, see, we had it lightly snowing last night, but it was like definitely not heavy enough to settle. It was just a light sprinkling of snow. Oh dear. Right. Do I want to do obvious stitching again? Or do I want to try and be a bit more subtle this time? Well, I'm tempted. I don't know. I might try using one of the thinner needles. And maybe we'll go a little bit more subtle. I have plenty of white, so it's not difficult. I've just been lazy. Like, I'm going to use red. Oh, honestly, though, to be fair, when you're practicing, I think using a contrasting thread is actually quite a good idea. At least it's always been a good idea for me. Because that way, if I make a mistake, it's really easy to see where my thread is and unpick it. But I guess if I want a nice looking sample or practice, I should probably use the same color thread. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but not like that though. Just use my tiny, tiny thread scissors. There you go. I don't know where my proper thread scissors are. I used them downstairs briefly and I immediately lost them. This is why my scissors shouldn't ever leave my sewing room. Because as soon as they do, I lose them. Like, literally, I took them downstairs for like an hour and they've gone. I don't know where they've gone. It's been snowing on and off for days. Still fully grow outside, so expecting more. Oh my god, I hope it doesn't get too much. So that you can still do your daily stuff, but it does sound beautiful. I do love some good snow. Shifty! Welcome on in. Have you seen the new duck pond? Look at this. We're having to wait for all the ducks to respawn right now. You actually just went on the ski lift. We had Shifty Bluke on a ski lift. You're getting pushed around by the snowplow. And down there, and then yeah, you went up on the ski lift. It was really, really cute. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Oh, Queen, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Right, I do need to go in. Oh wait, no, I need to go in from the front, not the back. I've been going in from the back every time. No, I need to go in from the front. So we're going to get this way you can actually see it. So it's very, very similar to what we were doing last time, where we were like basically making squares and not folding them out, except we will be folding them out, but then we'll be flipping it over and using the other side where there are still squares remaining. And that's kind of how this one goes. So you'll see a lot of similar stuff, but it should end up looking quite different. And then you have these little like poofs between the squares on the other side where you kind of like make a bow out of it. It's very cute, honestly, and I imagine I could use that aesthetic. There you go. So just get all of these. And then, but yeah, normally you wouldn't draw the grid on this side because you can see the lines if you were doing it with the flowers. But, oh yeah, let me show you the flower one actually, because I did it on stream on Thursday, but I completely got the end bit wrong, so I didn't fold any of them out, but this is what it was meant to look like. Remember the squares? This is them now. They're all like little flowers. It's really cute, but it's not quite what I was looking for, but it is cute. Ah, dear. Yo! Amazon has now recommended a book called Smocking Stencils. I'll be honest, if I had to say, you probably don't need a book on smocking stencils, because there are so many YouTube channels whose whole thing is like teaching you how to draw stencils. Unless you happen to learn particularly well from books, I'd say you probably don't need it. And then let's tie this off. Okay, that's where I'm getting all of my stencils from, at least. I received a wig sample of coloring. Oh, you did? Oh my god, I always wanted to get it. I won't get it anymore because I don't do wigs anymore, but I always wanted to get the Coscraft rings. I absolutely love Coscraft. I love seeing them at conventions as well, and they do lots of really cool stuff. Coscraft is great. I love every time they expand their store. I always like their new stock. If they ever want to sponsor a Twitch streamer, I'm sure you'd be up for it too. I think a lot of us in the UK would be up for them. I love them. I can't do their wigs, but I can do all of their other stuff. Oh dear. Don't talk to me about scissors. I must have played Find the Scissors 100 times while wrapping presents yesterday. Wrapping presents is a killer for losing scissors. Yeah, it's for me, it's just every time I like the scissors leave this room, I immediately lose them. Okay. I will say we are getting a lot faster at this first step. We're getting like proper, like, yeah, that's what it was meant to be like. Like the thing was meant to poof out and I didn't do that. That's my bad. I got confused. They got confused. But this time it doesn't matter because we're not doing it for the flowers. We're doing it for the poofs on the other side, which I need to do a few before you really get to see them, I think. Because you have to at least have them in a square up here, and I'm going to go up the line and then go up the line again. But what we're looking for is, yeah, these. Which would normally be the mucky behinds, but in this particular case will end up being really, really cute once it's done. Oh dear. There we go. So nice as well. I've gone sample simple ones before, lived in the UK, but I still had to, you had to pay the handling fee, yeah. So I decided just to get the whole ring. Honestly, why not? Like, they do so many lovely colours of wig. Like, if I could still wear wigs, I absolutely would be getting them from Coscraft. They're always really, really lovely. And I love that you can buy lots of extra wefts and really, like, bulk your wigs out and stuff like that. It's very much, if you want to make your own wigs from scratch, they're fantastic as well. Like, 'cause they have all the stuff you need. Like, I did get my mannequin headstands from Coscraft back in the day. And they were really good as well. Okay, next one. Yeah, I am going to be cutting the thread every time because having it so that the threads are connected could make the other side quite messy. Just because it being, like, pushed around by the fact that the thread's, like, going from gather to gather. I didn't do that last time, but this time I do. There we go. And make sure they're all popping out the correct way. Looks like they are. Oh, that one's not though. There you go. Get that out there. Making flowers. Ah, dear. Has more than 10 wigs. I actually gave a lot of mine away when we moved to here because I can't wear wigs anymore. So it's like, it's pointless for me to have them. And that's fine. It meant that somebody used them because a lot of them were Coscraft wigs. I had like a really beautiful Coscraft wig that had like an extra 20 wefts or something ridiculous sewn into it. It was all pink, it was beautiful. But like, yeah, I can't use that anymore. I'd rather somebody else have it. I'm very much of the, if I can't use it, let's see if someone else can use it kind of mentality. When it comes to my cosplay things, I give stuff away really easily. But it means that I don't have to deal with having way too much stuff clogging up my craft space. If I'm not going to use it imminently, I would rather give it away for the most part. And yeah, there are some things where it's like, I'll never use it. So I might as well just give it away. Oh dear. And it stops me hoarding as badly. You know, there's nothing wrong with craft hoarding. Crafting can be a really expensive hobby. So hoarding things that you know you can use later, like, makes complete sense in my mind. But it also, like, becomes a point where, especially with hobbies like cosplay, where they are so, like, you use so many different materials, you end up hoarding things for like 10 different hobbies, even though it's all for your cosplaying hobby. So that's when I tend to like to cut down a little bit and like give stuff away, whether it be like beads or sequins in a colorway that I can't use anymore, or if it's, I have like quite a lot of fabric hoarded that, oh, and lots of other little bits and bobs as well, like all of my inks, canvases, because I don't use them that often, so I just don't feel the need to have them. Fabrics is the one where I struggle not to, but that's only because I always need a lot of scrap fabric. So I do struggle to like give away excess fabric, because I'm like, I probably will use this as scrap, like this one here, and most of the other fabrics you see on the channel when we're not making like a full costume, they're all scraps for the most part. Because I use them so regularly, I struggle to give those away. Not because I specifically love them or anything, just because I know that I could use them. And it would save me having to buy lots of sheeting fabric down the line. There we go. Pretty beads as well, like special beads. I struggle to give those ones away. Happy to give away seed beads if they're not in the right color for me anymore, but when it's like the really nice ones, tend to struggle with that. Also, Anna, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We have a new duck pond. All the ducks are still the same in there, so it's still like the same group of names and stuff like that. You'll see, but they're in a new pond. They've expanded, and we have like an icy pond, and there's like, it's very heckin' cute. There's like a ski lift for the ducks. Ooh, it's kind of thick there. And let's check the back. Yeah, making nice little, it doesn't look super nice so far, but we're making nice little diamondy type things. So I have a feeling the diamonds we're making right now will end up being the bows because they get done at like a horizontal angle. Horizontal? Yeah, I think so. There we go. And tie this off. This wasn't even the one that I was going to do today. There was another type of smocking that I wanted to learn. Maybe we'll... no, I kind of want to make baubles tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do our crafty coffee morning and probably make some baubles. But... oh, dear. God, this is a lot I want to do. Let's grace that. Thank you. This is actually going to end up being the back. So the last time when we've been practicing smocking, this was the front side. But this time we're actually going to be doing some work on the back of it to kind of try and get it looking more square, because the squares we did before, I do like them, but I couldn't find a name for them as a traditional smocking technique, which normally wouldn't be a problem because, like, honestly, you do your own thing, and if you like how it looks, it's great. And that's kind of how I do costuming too. However, one of my selling points for this next costume is going to be that it uses so many traditional techniques in one costume, which means if I'm doing stuff that doesn't have a name, it's a bit difficult to like highlight it as part of that. Yeah, I'm making my own life harder, really, by setting these limitations. I'm not going to completely stick within them, of course, because I want to use machine embroidery as well as, like, potentially free motion. I'm not sure if I want to use free motion yet, but I do want to do fabric painting. It's been a really long time since I've done any proper fabric painting, and I do really enjoy that. So there will be some slightly newer techniques. I probably will have to dye some fabric to get it the right colors, but... fabric painting, I wouldn't necessarily... It can look traditional, I suppose. I wouldn't necessarily consider a traditional one, but a bit of a newer one. But it will work, and it's going to look good. Also, Grubbit, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, Grubbit. The ducks have a new home at the moment. It's all the same ducks. They've all got the same names, but they're going skiing. Isn't it cute? Look at our little skiing ducks. Also, Sewing, welcome on in. Have I not started watching in the past 5 minutes? Oh, bless you, Sewing. I hope you're doing well. Oh, dear. We are practicing. It looks the same so far as the one we were doing the other day, but I promise it's going to get different. I just have to do the whole of this side first, and then we'll flip over to the other side, because this is the finished side. But we have to do all of this side first. But I've done the first row, and there's only 6 rows, I think. 6 rows. So doing pretty good. Although actually, maybe I should only be doing 5 rows, because that way it'll be a proper square. Not that it needs to be a square, but like, you know, I like the aesthetics of squares. There you go. Wow. I can shag people while skiing. I don't know if you've spawned in the pond yet. Dear, seems good, thank you. Yeah, so like, we did these ones on which are like the flowery ones, which is kind of what this looks like right now. We did this on...
No, that's a lot of damage!
A lot of heckin' damage. Thursday. But we did it in some of the white ones. And then there was this one, which... This is what it was, but I didn't pull out the sides and I really liked it, and that's just the squares. So I found a smocking, like a traditional smocking that looks a little bit closer to that. Brie, thank you! Heckin' floors. And thank you for the heckin' lot of damage. Yeah, this is the ducks. They're currently spawning in right now because they have to all respawn. So not everyone is in right yet now. Also, we do have some new ones. Cough, cough. Look at this little dude. Look at him. Only a couple of new ducks. I think we have 3 new ducks in total, but it's very heckin' cool. Also, what the hell is this? I think this is another new duck. Oh, wait. This must have come from the frozen lake, right? Yeah, that's like for sure a new duck. I haven't seen that duck before. And he's in ice. I think when he gets to the top, though, he'll probably be less icy. Excuse me. There we go. British duck, British duck. Oh my god, an accent hat in a cute little woodcutter duck. Very cute, lumberjack. Anna, welcome on in. What cosplay? Actually, I'm not telling you. So right now, if you look at the channel point redeems, when we hit 150,000 channel points, or if one of you guesses correctly, and there is still a guess going for today, but I would say like probably discuss with the rest of chat if you haven't heard the clues so far. Otherwise, the guess you make is probably going to be well out and it'll be wasted. But we still have a guess for today, and yeah. Basically, the way it goes, if we hit 150,000 channel points, I'll tell you what the next character we're doing is. If you guess what it is correctly before we hit 150,000 channel points, you'll all have your points redeemed. Yes. So, yeah. Oh dear. I guess you say, you can't steal it this time. There's been 2 good clues. This time it has to go to someone who doesn't know it. Ah, dear. That was my guess. Oh, I won't respond to any of the guesses unless they've been used, unless they've used the channel point guess. Otherwise, it's not fair, you know? You're welcome to guess, but I won't respond to any of them. Not unless you use the channel point one. The other thing is you have to guess the character correctly. Guessing the show or guessing the, I guess, type of character they are, I don't really know. Doesn't count. What was the clue? So Thursday's clue was it was from a piece of media in the last 5 years. Today's clue is that that piece of media is a TV show from the past 5 years. Now this will narrow it down to some people more than others, because I'll be honest, some of you know every single TV show I've watched in the past 5 years, because I haven't watched very many. I've probably watched like 10. But I know that not everyone will know what those 10 are, which is where it comes down to chat discussion. I'm not going to help you. Oh dear. There you go. There's the clues. There's the clues. As in it debuted in the last 5 years. Yeah, I'd say that either, I don't want to like narrow it down too much, but it would have had to have, like, even if it's a revamp of an old series, it would have come out in the last 5 years. Yeah. I believe it debuted in the last 5 years at least. I could be wrong. I could say for sure I watched it in the last 5 years. I think it debuted in the last 5 years. Ah, dear. 2008, I'm so sorry, Lee. I've got something to tell you. I might have to double check, actually. I don't know if I watched it in the last 5 years. I might have to change it to I watched it in the last 5 years, because I'm not sure. I think it's okay. I think it debuted in the last 5 years. I think. Yeah. I think it debuted in the last 5 years. I think we're fine. Oh dear. It's a surprise. It is a surprise. I kind of, part of me hopes you can guess it, but then I'm also like, it takes someone who already knows the kind of shows that I've watched in the last 5 years, and then, which again is not very many, but then also gets the specific, it's gonna be a little tough, but I guess it's, you know, it's a challenge, isn't it? Regardless, there's a way that you can find it out if you just hit 150,000 channel points, but then you won't have any of your points redeemed, so you'll have to actually spend them. Ah, dear Panda, welcome on in. Bless you, you've been very busy. It's very understandable. I hope you're doing well. I can't believe it's Christmas in just over a week, to be honest. Everything snuck up so quickly. There we go. And get that in there. Get that side out too. There we go. Little flowers. Oh, if you happen to think, that's probably close to 5 years ago. No, it's not that. It's that I only really started watching television in the last year. So like everything that I've watched has basically been from the last year, except for maybe one thing. Everything else I've watched in the last year. Sorry. I really don't watch a lot of television. Like, I really don't. Cannot oversell how little television I watch. Oh dear, you've been deathly ill? Oh my god, the sickness is everywhere at the moment, and like I think most of the streamers I know have gotten sick. Like a lot of people I know in real life people, you know, not those streamers, they're all fake, but like real life people have also been getting sick. Everyone's been ill. I've been really ill the last couple of weeks. I'm finally starting to get better, I think. It's like one of those things I'm kind of nervous to like jinx it, because it's like it's taken 2 weeks. But I think I'm starting to get better. Yeah. God. It's been rough. Oh dear. Not alone. Oh no, everyone's sick at the moment. Nothing like being sick. Oh, I always used to watch Bob Ross when I was sick. I used to love watching Bob Ross when I was sick. I'd like stay home from school and my parents would put The Joy of Painting on. I'd be like, hell yeah. It's just the vibe that makes you feel like you're getting better. Even if you're not. Oh dear. Oh, yeah, no, I think hopefully by Christmas I'll be better. But we'll see, we'll see. If not, I don't have massive plans for Christmas, so I guess it's okay. But I am meant to be traveling back to see family. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like whatever I've got is at all contagious, which is nice. It still sucks. Oh dear. There we go. I still want to get better. I think for maybe a month and a half. Yeah, it's like it seems like that. That's what I'm really nervous about, is that like it's not going to go away that quickly, because I've been warned as of yesterday that I might have it for a while. I'm like, great. God, do I love being sick for a long time. But I feel like I'm getting better. So I'm hopeful that that's not going to be the case. The last day at ISO tomorrow finally. Oh, heck yeah. Good luck. I think my dog has a hangover because they're a bit rough. Well, you said yesterday that they were a little bit rough anyway. And I hope they're feeling better. I can say that some of my family's dog, they don't do it anymore, thankfully, but they used to have a real thing for horse poo, and they used to eat so much horse poo that they wouldn't eat dinner because they'd eaten so much poo. Like they were full. They wouldn't eat dinner after a walk, kind of thing. And it's like it was a real thing for a minute, but they grew out of it. They don't do it anymore, thankfully. But yeah. It took them maybe like a year to grow out of, and then they stopped doing it. I was like, good. But when they were a puppy, they were awful for it. They would not stop eating horse poo. It was specifically horse poo as well, I should say. And so they had to be like, first of all, they had to constantly take deworming tablets, because every single week they'd eat poo, which means they were always at risk of worms, which means they were just constantly on deworming tablets. But also, like, as soon as you let them off the leash, they'd be like straight to a pile of poo. Like there was nothing you could do about it other than keeping them on the leash 24/7, which is not particularly good training for a dog. So yeah, it was a rough situation. Oh dear. The Goblin Mode was thoroughly initiated this week. Hell yeah. And what a good year to do it, now that it's officially in the dictionary. MS is no sleeping a lot. Fair. Oh dear. Oh god, what is happening here? There you go. Why do we need this information? Because I'm majorly grossed out. Hey, listen. We need it because Shifty's dog did something similar, but got sick. Whereas I will say the dog that in our family never got sick. They just processed it. Maybe because it was horse poo specifically, and it's like not that bad, but like, yeah. They never got sick. They were always fine. Oh dear. A delicious free horse meal. Yeah, exactly. Except it wasn't delicious, it was really gross. It was really gross. Oh dear. Dogs, am I right? Welcome to Jelly Stream. I'm sorry. It's cause Shifty came in and I had to wish their dog would get well soon. It's very important that you wish dogs get well soon, as well as people. And I had to wish their dog would get well soon and tell Shifty, don't worry, we all have phases. I'm sure your dog will grow out of this phase. Oh dear. Yeah, so the plan is, we got the little, like on the other side, see like we have like the little squares there? So these ones I'm going to be turning into little bows. So I can see that I've caught them a little bit, but I'm sure I can wiggle them out. But yeah, I'll be turning them into tiny little bows, and it's going to be really heckin' cute. Like, oh my god. The only thing is, I'm wondering if I could do zigzag bows, but I don't think I can. Probably not. I did catch it a little bit on this one, which is a little annoying. It means the bow won't be quite as neat, but I can still do it. It's just not as neat. It's fine. I'll be more careful. I'll be more careful. It looks fine though, for real. Other than that, shame. Other than the shame, yeah. The shame of eating. Oh yeah. To be fair, like dog poo is pretty bad. Dog eat poo as a fancy meal. If it's not digestible, the dog will smell that and eat the poo. Yeah. Yeah. I feel I'm getting better, but I really need to get my strength back to finish. Yeah. This has been my... It's like, I feel like I'm getting better, but after every single stream, I still kind of need to take a nap. And it's like, I would like my energy levels to get back up again. My throat is still a little bit sore, but like, I can say it's nothing compared to last week. I was very swollen last week. That's why I had to use VTuber model, because I was like, I'm not showing this. I look like I've swallowed a plate or something. Let's not. But, well, not quite that bad, but it was pretty bad. But yeah, you know, it's pretty okay now. It's getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully in time for Christmas. Alright, let's do last one on this row. And then we'll flip it over. Oh no, actually, we need to do the other 3 rows. I will say though, we are zooming. I probably could have even done a bigger grid than this. I was worried that my grid was going to be too big. But I guess that's the thing when you're practicing, like you probably do just get quicker at it and not notice. Because I still feel like I'm having to concentrate quite a lot on what I'm doing. Like I don't feel that confident with it yet. But the first time I did it, it took like 4 hours and it was for a much smaller one. So I guess that's good. Embroidery machine question. If the file is too big or too complicated, would that be a reason for the machine not to be able to read it? No, shouldn't be. The only thing I can think of is that certain sewing machines will only allow, or like... No, actually that shouldn't be the case at all. I was gonna say sometimes having too many colors can throw it off, but like you should still be able to do it. My general advice is rethread the bobbin, rethread the top thread, and see if it works then, even if you threaded it correctly. Because my main issue with my embroidery machine is that it sometimes thinks things aren't threaded correctly and just won't go. But like it won't give you very much indication that it doesn't think that it's not threaded correctly, and so you just kind of have to go back, rethread it. And like, again, it's not that you have threaded it incorrectly, it's just that it thinks that it is. And so it doesn't start. Other than that, I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't start unless there was some safety precaution not in place, like, you know, having the foot down, is it properly attached, like the hoop properly attached to the outside, stuff like that. Sorry, I can't be more help. It's one of those things where you kind of just have to go through the list of like, well, why will you not start, huh? And I'll be honest, I've never had the issue where it hasn't read a file. It's always been something else. Mainly that it just thinks I haven't threaded it correctly. I'm not seeing certain files. Oh, like they're not popping up on your screen? That only happened to me when I didn't format it correctly. But I'm assuming that you've formatted enough things at this point where like, you should have formatted it correctly unless you accidentally clicked the wrong one, or if it is outside, okay, this is the other one. I only did this really early on. My hoop can do 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. If it is exactly 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, sometimes that's too big. Doesn't make any sense, but like, yeah, if it touches both or like all 4 sides, or both sides even, I think it was for me, it would say that it was too large. But it wouldn't tell me it was too large, it just wouldn't show up because it would be considered too large for my machine, so it wasn't one that my machine could read. But like, not because it has too many colors or it's too complicated, because it physically is too large. But again, it might just be worth seeing if you shrink the design down, export it the same way if it shows up. Obviously that's not a good long-term solution, but like, just do it as a test. Maybe you need to prepare yourself for embroidery. Maybe that is what it is. Maybe it's just the preparation. Very important. Oh. There you go. Oh. Crazy. I know, right? It snuck up so quickly. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. There we go. Yeah, I need to untwist my thread. red is fighting. Okay. Eee, we're getting there, we're getting there. It looks a bit weird right now, but like, we're getting there. Ah, oh, dear. I do not feel I need to prepare for a boy. I feel the machine should prepare for me. I can sense and decide. It can, yeah. It can smell fear. They just can. A bigger physically that fill the page. That might be what it is then. Shrink it down just a bit. Get it like in, if my hoop's 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, put it to like 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter just so it's easy to convert, and then see if it fits. I'm not saying that's a good solution because obviously you are having to alter your design, but like at least it would help troubleshoot the problem. Ah, Dave, what's up the duck DLC? Hell yeah. So basically we have a couple of new ducks, but also the ducks are in a new area. So let me show you. They're in a ski lodge. They're in a little ski lodge. Like, look at the ducks, they get pushed around. Currently we have Cthulhu and Asylum in here together. And then this is a new duck. This is our woodcutter duck. Who is looking to join them, I think, in the ski lift. And then when the ski lift is full, it'll take them all up to the big pond at the top. Isn't it cute? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That might do it. That might do it. That might be enough. Okay, in that case, it might be a good time to watch because then, yeah, there go the doors. Let me just make sure that this is on the screen for you. It is. Whoa, they should be going up. There we are. You'll take them inside the cabin and then... yeah, and then we have all the other ducks at the top still. They are still spawning in, so not every duck has spawned yet, but they're like getting there. Because they have to all spawn in again. Ooh. There you go. And the bottom should come out of the ski. There! Isn't it cute? Yeah, we've still got a lot of them spawning in. This one! I thought it would melt, but it hasn't. And I'm wondering, unless someone, oh my god, who's screaming?
How much wood could a wood duck cut if a wood duck could cut wood?
I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you so much for the 100 bits of the stream though. Hi Bruna, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're just checking on the ducks. Yeah, we're just watching them go up the ski lift. Very heckin' cute. Oh dear, got your duck sorted. Hell yeah, we're sorted with our ducks. They're very cute. They're just spawning in again. Thank you so much for the how much wood would a wood duck cut if a wood duck could duck wood? I appreciate it. Oh dear. Yeah, I think maybe when Sleeves or one of the other... oh wait, no. Dragon Duck isn't Sleeves anymore, is it? I think someone stole Dragon Duck. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that one. But yeah, when Dragon Duck comes along, I assume that they might be able to melt the duck that's in the ice? Maybe? Like that would make sense to me at least. There's a logic there in my head. There we go. Oh dear. And get that across to there. Good. And then... ooh. Get that through to there. There we go. Little flowers. Oh. Even though you won't see any of these. They are cute though. Oh dear. I guess this wasn't with permanent marker. She used her blood. Yeah, I used my blood. Also, this is just for testing. I'm practicing right now, Runa, so like none of these are going in a cosplay. Do not worry. These are all me practicing a new technique to get good at it for the next costume, which nobody knows yet. No one's got it. And no one's used today's guess either. They've had the cosplay clue of the day, but no one is taking the risk at being the one who guesses. Oh dear. Very washable, very washable. Ah dear. How's the duck tattoo coming along? Panda, I can't get it until the new year because I don't have money. So we'll have to wait until hopefully get a little bit of Christmas money and then I can get it. Otherwise, I know exactly what I'm getting. Did we get any hints? You've had 2 hints so far. The hints are that it is from the last 5 years. So it came out in the last 5 years, and that it is a TV show. Now, it depends now at this point, how well do you know me? Because I've talked about every single TV show I've watched on stream, because I've watched like 10. And but then obviously not everyone will be here for that, so it's up to chat to discuss. Because I'm not going to tell you what television shows I've watched or not watched. But I think between everyone, you can probably work out what I've watched and what I haven't watched. Oh dear, this looks really frilly. I'm guessing it's some sort of gown. Well, we're actually going to be using this side. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to ruin that line of thought. We're actually going to be using the flat side. My bad. I really like squares. I'm sorry. No offense, but I don't pretend 90% of your thing. That's probably better for your mental health, honestly. You know, retaining as little as possible is probably safer. That's probably the safe way to go. You know? Also, Oz, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Look at you all. Oh dear. Morning, Santa. Astro, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're doing some practice at the moment. Practice smocking in some pattern that I think I might like to use. Either like to use or like to learn, to be honest. It's always useful to learn new things. We're actually going to be using this side, which is... it will end up being flatter, I promise. You just have to trust me. The flat side. Yeah. The flat side. Trust in the process. It will be flat. Oh, and thank you for the lurk, Shifty. I appreciate it. Oh, dear. Have a nice lurk. Yeah, Shifty's not allowed to guess anymore because they actually know what it is. Or they're the only person right now who knows what the next costume I'm making is. Other than Shiny, technically. But Shiny doesn't chat, so... Oh, dear. And Anne would consider that hill right. True. Reptilian-ish skin. Actually... yeah, that could be a cool way of doing reptilian skin. You're not wrong. You're cosplaying Shifty. Shh. Don't tell Shifty, it's a secret. I guess technically Shifty did debut in the last 5 years. Do you include Twitch as a television show? I guess well, it is Twitch TV, I guess, right? You know what? Maybe that does fit the requisites for a guess. Oh dear, it's kind of a show of sorts. Also, Wig, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're doing more practice at the moment, so practicing smocking, trying to get good, ready before the next costume, which we're going to be starting making in February. I am getting a lot of planning done now, though, off stream. Not on stream, because then you'd all immediately know what I was making, but off stream I've been doing a lot of planning. Basically, a lot of it's just sourcing where I can buy things from, to be honest. Because a few of the places I buy from will need a while to get in anyway, and thankfully I can't work on it until February anyway, so it's okay if things take a while to get in. But practicing new skills is like the best time for it, since we'll be starting it so soon. There we go. Hey, you're welcome to guest Shifty if that's what you want your guest to be for the day. Will you go for that spooky costume? Oh, Wig! Wait, every time I get to use a command in this channel, I'm like, hell yeah, it's command time. If you haven't seen the recent update, I would definitely recommend like maybe bookmarking it for later or giving it a quick look over. It's because we've changed a lot on this channel over the last couple weeks. As far as like our goals for next year and what we're going to be doing, basically all of it has changed. But I have explained why, and that it's not a bad thing, like it's a very much a positive thing. I just have way too much that I want to do. So if you haven't seen it, there you go. Update. Because I know a lot of people are going to be wondering where those other costumes are and why I'm not working on them. There you go. Oh dear. Wow. There we go. But now though, just practice. And honestly, again, regardless of how well this turns out, I'm getting much quicker. Because this would have taken a very long time the first time. I guess because they're doing the square part of the smocking is not so nerve-wracking anymore. Since I've already practiced this a couple times. Although, if I get through the thread, please. Please. Let me loop my knot. There you go. My god. There you go. But no, all good things. I'm really excited for next year, honestly. Everything I'm doing next year, I think is going to be really, really fun. And I'm really looking forward to giving it all a go. I'm looking forward to the slightly more varied weeks. And because we have such a long deadline on this cosplay, we really won't have to crack down on it until 2024. So we can just kind of like craft along at our own pace, which is really nice without like the pressure. Oh dear. Because at the end of the day, TwitchCon is a deadline. Like even if it's TwitchCon 2024, that's still a deadline. But having the deadline be so far away is a bit more relaxing. I'm so sorry. I'm still going to be coughing a lot because I'm still sick. I'm just better than I was. I should be remembering to drink my tea more as well. Because, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it's like... it's like stuck in my throat. It's fine. Yeah, I know there's not anything stuck in my throat. My throat is just swollen. So it's like, it's in my head. In my head. Zombie. Oh dear, Beauty, have a good burger. Oh dear, I've been working while making breakfast, so TwitchCon doesn't count planning measures as working. No, it's when you start making the thing. Like, you're planning ahead, I think it's very, very normal. Most cosplayers, especially when you're looking at bigger costumes, it could, like, they can look at it years and start planning like 4 years ago and then just start doing it now. And to say for me, Mateus was one that I knew how I wanted to make it for years. I just didn't have the funds and like the equipment and all of that kind of stuff. So even though I'd already kind of planned out how I wanted to do it, I didn't start making it until within the time limit. So you can do planning ahead of time, especially when it comes to practicing. There's nothing wrong with practicing skills as long as you're like, if this smocking was going to go into the costume, that would be cheating. That would be cheating, but it's not. This is just practice. So I'll have to remake it all for the costume anyway. Practice is fine. Nothing wrong with practice. And planning predominantly for costumes for me is like sourcing where I'm going to get everything anyway. Like, I've been drawing up some designs of how I want to do the costume, but like none of it's set in stone. It's just lots of practice stuff. And then, yeah, most of it's like, where can I buy this from? Where can I buy this from? How long does this take to post? How much of this will I need? It's like really quite boring stuff. We did it for Mateus, but I don't necessarily want to do it for every costume. I'd rather just like wrap up how much each thing cost and how long it takes and how much I need of all of it once I've got it all, rather than going through each individual thing like we did with Mateus, because we've done that before at this point. Like, if people want to go see that, we did it. We did like a whole month of planning for Mateus live on stream. But generally, yeah, you can do the planning off stream, it's fine. Jenny, Cthulhu, fix it, yes. It's not really a problem that you didn't do anything wrong, like in the same way that I didn't do anything wrong. It's just it doesn't like it to be quite the size that you're meant to do it. So you always have to cut it a little bit smaller if it touches the edges. It says 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, but really what it means is 9.9 centimeters by 9.9 centimeters, because if it touches the edge, no touching the edges. But I guess once you overcome that the first time, you don't really think of it anymore, because like, yeah, I guess my barrier is less than I thought it would be. I'm glad it fixed it though. Also, Anime, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing more practicing, more smocking practicing. We've had 2 guesses now for what the next costume is. I know there'll be some people in chat that probably don't know the character that I'm gonna be, but I actually, in this particular case, think a lot of people in chat will know who the character is. For the first time, me making a competition cosplay that people actually know, ridiculous. But I actually think the majority of people will know this character. Maybe not the majority, but at least half. Which I guess is the majority, isn't it? Yeah, I think the majority of people will know this character. Or know of this character, or know the series, because it is relatively, like, a newer one. Yes. What are you working on? Practice! We're practicing some smocking techniques, Anime, so that when we start the next costume, I feel like I have extra skill pool I can dip from. But nobody knows what the next costume is yet, except for Shifty, because I talk to Shifty outside of stream a lot. So Shifty knows, but nobody else knows. Well, we have at the moment, we have a channel point. If you check out the channel points, we have, if we hit 150,000 channel points in the next 30 days, I'll tell you what the costume is. Or Every single day, people get a new clue and a new guess. No one's taken the guess yet, but you have had today's clue. So if somebody guesses correctly what the costume I'm making is, before we hit 150,000 channel points to just reveal it, if someone guesses what it is, I'll redeem all of your channel points. So you'll get them all back. Or I guess refund all the channel points, not redeem them all, I'll refund them all. So there is incentive for guessing it before you hit 150,000, I suppose. Oh dear, the guesses we've had so far, oh not the guesses we've had so far, well the one guess, we've only had one guess so far and that was the last stream's guess. The guess last time was a duck egg, and it's not duck egg, I can say that 100%, it's not duck egg. The clues you've had so far are it's from the last 5 years, so it started within the last 5 years, a relatively new show, and that it's a television show. So the costume comes from a television show rather than like an anime or a video game or anything like that. It's from a television show. Or a movie as well, I suppose. It rules out movie characters. So you've had a couple of good clues, but I guess so it doesn't narrow it down that much. Also, Runa Sleeves and Galactic Badger, thank you so much for contributing to the 150,000 reveal. Oh dear. I must say I'm very hyped about this costume. I can't talk about it too much because I will give it away too much, I think. But I can say that I had wanted to cosplay something from this series from when I first watched it. Like, I immediately knew that I wanted to cosplay something from it. I hadn't narrowed down what I wanted to cosplay from it at that point, but I wanted to cosplay something. And then looking at what our targets are for the next costume, there just happened to be a character in there that fit it perfectly. Yes. Oh dear, just 60 more people had got 2k channel points and we're there. Well, the thing is you have 30 days and you've only had 3 days so far. So honestly, it's going quite quickly considering that this is a 30-day target. Anime as well, thank you so much for contributing, and Runa, thank you for your horn. Despite, you know, the goals, we always need a good horn on this channel. Let's make sure it's all coming along well. It's getting there. It's getting there. Getting our little squares. Getting what will be the bows in between. Yeah. Oh dear. It could be Nisa, but this is my first time doing it, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on myself, and I'm still practicing. Oh, Pan! Oh my god, wait. You know you guys still have a guess for today. If you want to make a guess, you're welcome to. You've had the same amount of clues as everyone else. You do still have a guess. I guess it's a lot of pressure though, because there is only one guess a day, huh? Oh, dear Panda, thank you so much for contributing as well. Heck. I can't believe that we've only just met and you already have enough to max contribute. That's quite scary. How does this happen? It's very kind of you though, thank you. Thank you for popping by so often. Oh dear. There we go. And then this thing. People always have more channel points than I think they do. Endlessly intimidating. Oh, right in there. And then zoom these two bits together. Nice. And then the other side. Go. Cool. Okay, another one. We're getting there. We're heckin' getting there. I lived here. Fair. Our house is a bit of a building site, but you're welcome to move in. It's all good. Main thing I can do when I'm alone, definitely ill. True. Actually, that is very true. The only times I really watch TV, which is why I've watched so few things, is I only really watch it when I'm ill. Like, if I'm really, really under the weather, but not with a migraine, obviously. But with, like, just general sickness, that tends to be the only time I watch television. Because I don't enjoy it that much. It makes me feel a bit ill if I watch it for too long. Could I do one way then the other? Because I could do the bows in this direction. No, wait, the bow's in this direction. And then I could do the bows in this direction, and then I could do the bows in that direction, and then I could just, I like that idea. I should really have the tutorial up, but I don't. All right, let's get some new thread. There it is. I haven't had cable for over 10 years, all about Netflix. Yeah, we don't have cable or Sky or anything like that. We don't do TV license, we just do subscription these days because the TV license is so expensive and we don't use it. So yeah, Netflix, Disney Plus, all of that kind of stuff. We did have, is it HBO for a while, but not anymore. Oh dear. Mainly just Netflix and Disney Plus. Oh my god, George! Heckin', welcome on in! How was your stream? Will this cosplay be for anything special? It will be for TwitchCon 2024. Not next year's TwitchCon, but the TwitchCon after that. George, how was your stream? What did you get up to? Welcome on in, Goat and Seven and Hawk and Agent and of course George. If you haven't met George before, George is the wettest streamer on Twitch. Incredibly damp, incredibly damp. And like, honestly, who doesn't need a little bit of extra dampness in their life? Oh, come on in, everyone. What were you up to? Was it Control? You were last playing, oh, you're playing Jackbox. Was that with chat or with just like other people? Also, if of course you need to get some snacks or anything like that, please do. What we're doing here at the moment is we're practicing. We're practicing some smocking techniques because in February we'll be starting a new cosplay competition piece for TwitchCon 2024, so over a year away at this point. But I want to make it predominantly out of really traditional techniques. So like we're looking at like a lot more hand stitching. I imagine the majority of the costume will be hand stitched, except for maybe some embroidery on the sewing machine. I think everything else hand stitched. And one of the things I really wanted to incorporate into that was smocking, which is a much more traditional technique where you gather the fabric to make patterns. And it kind of makes whatever outfit you're making look really like royal and fancy. And this is one where on one side it ends up being kind of like flowers, but we're actually going to be focusing on this side. I've already done the flowery one. I've been there, we've practiced that. So we're starting out with flowers and then we move on to more difficult. Moist, so moist. Community Games Night, lovely, heck yeah. Also Shadow, welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. Oh what, don't want to get done for Paris TwitchCon? No. And also, here's the thing. Sorry, this is gonna sound very egotistical. I want to win. I'm really going to try and win this next time. If I don't win, it's fine. I always have a good time. But I have the goal of winning next time, which means I want to have the maximum amount of time that I can. If I was to start one for TwitchCon, I'd have 6 months where everyone else would have like at least a year. So I would be at an automatic disadvantage just because I wouldn't be able to do as much in that time. I want to go in with something that could win, which means that I need to have that extra time, which means 2024 is the one for me. I failed a solo floors done. I got trapped and died, so I have to. Oh god. We've all been there. Don't worry, Shadow. We've all been there. At least I guess if you play MMOs, you've been there. Oh dear. Oh, what's happening? Is there a knot in my thread? It is. Is it one that I can get rid of? It feels like it is. But no, probably not. Okay, it's fine. Can I still stitch with it? Because I can always get new thread in a second. There you go. Let me tie this off and then I'll get some new thread because I don't really want to have to deal with a knot, to be honest. Especially when this is just practice. I want it to be fun. I want to come back to this. Ah, dear. There we go. Can I do? It's a shame because I did just get a lot of new thread, but it's honestly not worth the hassle. And especially with it being a... Oh! Alright, panic everyone, there's a needle on my floor. And not just any needle, a beading needle. 2 seconds, I'm gonna need the torch for this. Okay, let me get my torch out. There it is. Beading needles are insanely sharp, so it will just go through your foot if you step on it. Like, it doesn't require a lot of pressure to enter human skin. So let me turn my torch off again, otherwise I'm gonna forget. When it comes to beading needles, you want to pick them up straight away. thank you. Are you still going to be making the Silent Hill one with packs? I don't know if you've seen, but we have a little bit of an update. And what I'd say is if you're curious about what's going to be happening over the next year, that's everything. That's everything in a neat little package. And for anyone else in chat who's wondering what's happening to old costumes and costumes that we didn't finish, there's your update. We had a really big update because I basically went over the next year and I was like, what do I want to prioritize? Like, what are the things that I really want to do next year? And I kind of realized that TwitchCon Paris was not something that I wanted to prioritize because, yeah, I did TwitchCon this last year. I really, really enjoyed it, but like, I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again, you know? I want to do something new. So I wrote up an update because it was like a little bit long to go over every single time someone was wondering. If you're curious, please read the update. If you don't care, don't bother. Ah, dear. There we go. With the cosplay, I don't know why, I'm something like Bridgerton. I mean, listen, there is a guess for today, but you would have to guess a specific character. I'm not taking guesses for the show that it's from because that is like that I'll likely give a clue to later. So you can't guess the show, but if there is a character you have in mind, no one has guessed so far today, and there is one guess, but you have to guess with your channel points. So there's a channel point redeemed to do, like, redeem the guess of the day, and that's the only guess that I'll listen to. Honestly, I don't think you guys will get it at this point, not unless you're very, very lucky. Just because even if you do kind of narrow the show down, most shows have multiple characters in them. So yeah, I think it would still be difficult. So there isn't really a lot of pressure this early on, at least in my mind, because I just don't think you can get it this quick. Oh dear. Oh yeah, get your lurk on. Again, Jules, thank you so much for the raid, but look after yourself after your stream. Get some good snacks. And that goes the same for anyone who's come in with the Jules raid. If you need to look after yourself and get some snacks and such, please do. We'll still be here. We've only really just started. Also, did my music give up on me? I think that it did. There you go. Come back to us, music. We love you. Stay. You know, when George comes back, though, I'll show George that we have a new duck pond. Got that duck DLC. It's very heckin' cute. It's a new pond for them to go over, and there's like a few new ducks. And they're very cute. There we go. Oh, sorry. I'm putting my knuckle into the camera. You didn't deserve that. Okay. Go. And snip that off. We got one more on this row, and then there's only one row left to go. It still has taken like an hour and a bit, but honestly, not bad. Not bad. We're used to long processes on this channel anyway. Half the things I enjoy doing seem to take like an absolute eon. So like, why not? Why not? Okay, make sure all that's puffed out. It is cute on this side as well. Like, it does look like little flowers. I don't know if that's necessarily the aesthetic that I want for the next one, but I do like it. Abuse of the chat. What is abuse of the chat? What have I done that's abuse of the chat this time? Huh? Huh? Oh, I guess I did put my fist in your face. That's my bad, actually. Yeah, true. Okay. I immediately forgot that I did that, but you're not wrong. I did do that. Oh, what's happening here? Okay, well, as long as you stitch, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, dear. There we go. You punched us. I did. Alrighty. Hell yeah. Sorry. It's like, it's kind of a long explanation, and that's why I've got the thing. It's mainly also so that if mods are around and they're like, oh, someone else is asking, they can just quickly post it in chat without having to post like an absolute wall of text. Because, yes, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot going on, but I'm really excited about it. The thing is as well, it means that I can cheer everyone on properly. And like, obviously, I can cheer people on while taking part, but like, on the day you're very, very busy, like you're kind of busy for the whole day, so it's a little bit more difficult to cheer everyone on. Whereas I can sit at home, we could do like a little watch along in the Discord, and we can cheer everybody as they go onto stage, which honestly, I'm really excited to do. I'm very, very hyped to do that. It'll be very different from this last year, but I think it'll be very wholesome, and I'm excited to cheer everyone on from the background. I'll just be like yelling. Not in, I should say, I'm not going to TwitchCon either because the only way I can afford to go is if I get in via the competition, but I can watch it, a little watch along. Have everyone at home watch along with us. That'd be nice. Oh dear. Oh, Zero, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're doing more practice today. People are still guessing. I don't know if you saw this actually. We have a thing, like a channel point thing going on at the moment where either we'll hit 150k channel points and I'll tell you what the next big costume we're making on the channel is. We're starting that one in February. Or someone guesses correctly and then I redeem or refund everybody's channel points. We've already had the guess of the day. So the 2 guesses we've had so far, or not guess of the day, we've had the clue of the day. We haven't had the guess of the day. We've had the clue of the day. The clue of the day was that it is, well, we've had the one from last time where it was that it is from the last 5 years, that it came out in the last 5 years. And the clue of the day is that it's a television show. So it's a television show that came out in the last 5 years. There you go. Oh dear. Hope you get everything done. Yes, and my strainer broke. Oh god. Is it too late to ask for one for Christmas, do you think? I mean, it is pretty close. Bam, 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 ba, ba, ba. There we go. There we go. Oh. There you go. Do that both sides. And then... Oh, also Zero, new ducks. Do you want to see the new duck pond? I'll give you a little freebie. Hello! Last 5 years of TV show noted. Yes, no one's guessed today. So we have a guess open, but you have to use the channel points, otherwise I won't respond to it. Zero. I'm not telling you. New duck, who dis? Isn't it cute? Okay, there's like a proper pond up here. There's a couple new ducks in it already. We got the proper pond up here, and then we've got the other pond down here. And during the day, in that little garage at the back, what I'll do is I'll put it like here. Or maybe I'll put it to... Ooh, where can I get a good angle? I guess Charlie gives a good angle. It comes out and it like sweeps everyone towards the ski lift. It's very cute. We don't have gift for Christmas, so okay. That's fair. That's very fair. Oh dear. Also, was this a new one? You said it'd be a Renaissance version. Yes, I'm happy to say that. With like, yeah, it's probably gonna be Renaissance. I think I'm specifically. I guess this is kind of a clue. I'm gonna go more Venetian, like as far as like the inspiration goes, because I want to be very sequined and very beaded and all that kind of stuff. I want all that goodness in it, which means while the cut might be a little bit more historical, I think the decoration will be more Venetian. Think like mask ball kind of thing, because that way I can still do a lot of like colorful sequins and such without having to worry that it's not historically accurate. Oh dear. Oh, I don't consider anime. No. I know it is a TV show, but I would class it as differently. So it is not an anime. No. Yeah, that's a very fair point, to be fair. If I'd included anime in that, there would have been so many more options of what it could be, because I watch a lot more anime than I watch TV. But no, I would not have added, no. It's not an anime, sorry. Thank you for adding that clarification. Yes, that is important. Oh dear. But yeah, there's still one. We only have one guess a day, and no one's taken the guess today. But I think everyone's just a bit nervous to take the guess. I should clarify though, you do need to guess a character. Guessing a series, I won't give you an answer for, because that might end up being a clue later on. Oh, Cthulhu received it. Okay, we have a guess. What is the guess? The guess is Princess Rihanna Targaryen. It is not Princess Rihanna Targaryen, but I actually think I know someone who is making that. Also, Unpredictable, welcome on in, and Tenada and Corvus. Well, unpredictably, you find yourself here. Unpredictable, how are you doing? Welcome on in. We were just having a little duck break. I just wanted to show everyone what happens when it becomes daytime and the sweeper comes out and it puts all the ducks in the ski lift, because we got a new duck pond. Dang it, it was a good guess. I think, I actually think Amazonia Cosplay is making that costume at the moment, though, if you're interested in seeing it made. And Red Thread, welcome on in. And Purple, thank you so much for contributing to the next big cosplay reveal. We've had our 2 clues of the day. Oh my god, there goes 2 seconds actually. Wait. There goes Kit. There goes Sir Cactus. They were getting swept in. See? It's cute, right? Oh, I love it. Do I still have a duck? You will, unless someone's stolen your duck, you'll still have it. They're just spawning in at the moment. So your duck might not have spawned in, but you definitely still have a duck. Also, there's 3 in there, which means it's full, which means we get to watch the ski lift go back up again. It's very cute. Also unpredictable. If you need to get snacks or sleep after stream, I suppose, please do. As much as we like having you here, I don't want you to be like starving and exhausted. Oh dear. Yeah, so the clues we've had so far for the next costume are that it's from the last 5 years, or what it's from is like relatively new, so it's from the last 5 years, and that it's a television show, and specifically not an anime. Yeah! Look at them all! Yeah, I don't know if you would have spawned in yet, Unpredictable, because they're only just spawning in now. Like, their 0 has only just spawned in. They're kind of going in a random order, but slowly but surely they are spawning in. Oh dear, it's so cute. It's so cute. Love the Zaboni on the pot. Isn't it so cool? I think it's very cute. Also, hi, welcome in Purple. I hope you're doing well. And Studio, thank you so much for contributing to the next cosplay reveal. At this rate, I think we will have it that we reach the channel point goal before anyone guesses correctly. That being said, it was definitely a good guess. That is a beautiful outfit. I've only seen it because of Amazonia, but it's like the embroidery on it is absolutely stunning. So I definitely see where you were coming from with that guess. It was definitely a good guess. Oh dear. Sleep? Who does that? Yeah, that's for sensible people, not for unpredictable people. I hope you're doing well though, especially in the lead up to Christmas. I hope everything's going well for you. Woo, Raiders, a bit belated. Better late than never. You're all good. Oh dear, I got myself over. Oh, bless you with this cat embroidery. Oh no, what's happened? What's happened? Also, for the Raiders coming in, I should explain, we are going to be making a new costume starting in February. At the moment, I'm trying to like increase my skill arsenal by learning some new skills. So at the moment, we're learning how to smock in certain different patterns. In this case, we're actually going to be predominantly working on this side, which is slowly but surely building up into something I can work with. I haven't done this one before, so it might be a bit messy, but we're getting there. I've done the flowery one before, so I don't need to learn that one anymore. We've done it. I do want to learn this one, which is more like bows and squares, which you can't really see yet, but it'll get there. We'll become bows and squares in time. Dear. I don't watch TV series, so I don't think I'm gonna guess it. That's fair. That's very fair. I also don't watch a lot of television. Oh dear. I've probably watched, I'd say 10 shows in the last 5 years. Just in general, and not all of them are from the last 5 years. So yeah, I think I don't watch a lot. Oh dear. Wow. Trying to remember any shows Jelly has mentioned. This is the thing, is like I've probably mentioned all the shows that I've watched because I've only watched like 10. I watch television shows even less than I watch movies. So like I really do not watch very many television shows. Maybe like 1 a year, maybe 2 if I'm feeling like spicy. But like I really don't watch a lot. So I'm always very behind. Oh dear, I've put an update in the Discord. It took 4 hours on stream to get that far. And we spent half of the time sorting colours. Let's have a little look-see. You said you put it in the Discord, right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but Corvus, thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you. Oh my god, it's so complicated. It's gonna be like an ultra realistic cat, is it? Is that what you're aiming for? Because that's a lot. It's quite big as well for that. Ah, dear. I'm trying to keep the hat I made as a Christmas present secret, but it's so tempting to give it early. I've already given Shiny most of their Christmas presents because it's like, listen, you could just use it now, so like, do you want it now? And I got my Christmas present from Shiny back in like either early November or late October, I believe. Like, if it's like a practical gift, we tend to just give them. Oh, dear. TV series and anything on streaming sites. Is streaming sites like Netflix and stuff? Because if so, then yes. Because we don't have a TV license, so we can only watch television shows through like, sorry, there's like a hair tickling my nose, it's really annoying. We can only watch TV shows from like Netflix or Disney or I think HBO and stuff. We can't watch them live or on television. There you go. Oh dear. Is it a show that you've actually watched? I have actually watched it. Yeah. I've actually watched it. That is kind of a clue, but I've also been saying that I've watched it this whole time, so like it would feel a bit rude not to say. Trying to say realistic. It's only about 2.5 inches. Oh, okay, yeah, that's also difficult. That's difficult in its own way. I love the mushroom hat. Everyone needs a mushroom hat. Everyone does. Yeah, same for me. Yeah. Okay. My employee machine is my birthday and Christmas gift for the next 10 years, so I'm not getting anything. I also don't need anything. I'm just gonna watch the machine do its thing on Christmas Day. Hell yeah. That sounds nice in itself. Also, did I did. But I will not be punished for that. This is a test piece after all. I ever so slightly nicked the edge of the fabric. Shh, no one has to know. No one has to know. Oh. I have watched it. There you go. And again, like, I won't be doing the original version of it. I will be making my own version of it. More Venetian styling. Yeah, more Venetian styling. Renaissance Venetian, that kind of style. Because that's what I want to make. That's like the what I want to give a go to. So it wouldn't be the character's original design, that's for sure. Ah dear, I could do an ASMR stream on Christmas for just the machine. Aww, that'd be kind of nice. Ah dear. Yeah, it can be difficult to know what to do on Christmas Day. I'm not going to be streaming Christmas Day. We stream Christmas Eve here, but we don't stream Christmas Day. Just because, you know, I want to call my family and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be a bit difficult to stream and doing all of that. But yeah, we'll be streaming on Christmas Eve, because then we'll be doing our music stream, our one music stream of the year, next Christmas Eve. It's always a very chaotic time, but I'm very excited about it. We'll be doing one cover over the entire stream, where we remake, is it Hall of the Mountain King? Using entirely my own voice. We do this every year on Christmas Eve, it is our tradition. And yes, we'll be doing it again this Christmas Eve, specifically with Hall of the Mountain King. It's going to be very cursed, but it's going to be very fun. I think this one might take a little longer than some of the ones that we've done previously, because I won't be able to copy and paste parts. And not that that saves us a lot of time, but it does save us some time. But that's okay. I'm ready for a long one. I'll get like lots of like honey tea in and stuff to save my voice. Oh dear, my poor neighbours are going to be so confused. They're like, what is she doing? Why is she just continuously singing Hall of the Mountain King for hours? Very important. That's my Christmas tradition right there. Oh dear. There we go. And what? And then get this one in here. That should, I think, be the last one. And then I can move over to the other side and start adding in the bows. Now I am going to get some beads, because I think these might look a little weird if I don't add beads to the other side, even though this is just a test and I don't really want to waste my stuff that much. I think it'll just look a little odd if I don't. Yeah, I will do that, just this once. Plus, I've been sorting my beads out, so I have plenty of them nearby right now. But this is what it looks like initially. It's kind of a bit weird. Also, there's some bits that don't look quite right, and that's because I've added stitches into them, and I'm kind of gutted, and I'm like, should I just fix that? Maybe I should. Okay, we're going to redo these ones. Basically, I nicked the front with a stitch at some point, which has then, like, warped the shape of it. Very annoying. But it happens to the best of us. We all do it sometimes. Okay. Actually, could I just... If I do that... Okay, well that... seems to still be tied. I'm like, it's a bit cheeky though. I can't even get my scissors onto this one, and I don't have my sharp embroidery scissors. I had these ones. These should do it. Ah, there you go. I could have just used an unpicker, actually. Thinking about it. Wait a second, I could have just used an unpicker. That's okay. Yeah, that looks a bit better. It means those ones aren't as weird anymore. I just have to be careful not to unravel them. Okay. We'll give it a go, and then I'm gonna have to get some more thread, I think. Would this be used on like a bodice in a real piece? I think that might be a clue, and I don't want to give that away, but it could be. You could definitely use it for a bodice. Honestly, you could really, because it's just like a decorated style of fabric, really. You could really use it anywhere that you think requires a little bit of extra detail. Also, welcome on in, Squirrel. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, you could really use it anywhere. I think, at least, in my personal opinion. If you think somewhere could require a bit of extra detail, I feel like that's a fine excuse. Okay. And then drag that over there, and then wah. There you go. And wah. Now I need a bead. These are probably not the correct beads to use, but these are the ones I'm going to use because I have them to hand. They're probably a little bit small, but that's okay. Ah dear. And go through there. There you go. And it makes like a little bow. Oh, honestly, smocking is so silly, but I really like it. It's beautiful, and it does add a lot of like flavor to a very simple fabric. But like, something about it in my mind is just like, it's really silly. Because it's like, ah yeah, so now I shall add a teeny tiny bow. And I will layer my bows so they are very aesthetically pleasing. Oh dear. I will say it's very up my alley though. I love this. This is exactly what I enjoy in sewing. Adding meaningless detail. I guess you could make it meaningful if you were doing something like, say I suppose you were doing like a, oh, what's it called? What's the evolution that like evolves with friendship and is covered in bows? I normally know what it is, but it has escaped my mind right now. It's like the pink one. I'm sure people know which one I mean. It's a very, very... Sylveon, isn't it? It's Sylveon, right? Sylveon. If you were doing like a Sylveon traditional kind of looking costume and you wanted to add some sort of smocking, this one could add a lot because it's like bows, which kind of fits the theme. It's specific, but like, I would work. There you go, and get that back in there. I hope these are kind of showing up for you guys as well, but you see the little bows at the bottom now? They're just kind of there, but you still have the square in between. Very cute. Very cutesy. I'm wondering if it's a little bit too cutesy, honestly. I don't know if it fits. It's cute. A lot of work, actually. For like such a small sample of fabric. But cute, though. I will forgive a lot of things if they are cute. Go, and where's the next one? There it is. I will get some more thread after this because I am cutting it kind of close. The other thing is, I imagine if I wanted to sew this onto something using the back, that I would probably have to like spend a little bit of time making the back a bit flatter, because right now the back is very, very 3D. And unless I really wanted something to poof out. Oh wait, actually let's do one stitch first. I don't know if it might be a little bit much. There you go. Nice. And then back through this side again. Go. And now get a bead. Yeah. It's cute. It's very cute. Alright. You know what? I'm relatively pleased with this. For a first attempt, I don't think it's too bad. I think it could do with being a little neater. There are areas where I'm like, yeah, this, like I had to rip out some threads at one point. Like, there are things I could do that I guess would make it a little neater. But for a first attempt, honestly, it's not bad. I should probably do the 2 ones at the side since it is a 5x5. And then 4x4 squares. There we go. Yeah, I imagine you could use it on a bodice. I think the example that I saw this used on was actually a pillowcase. Like a really, really decorated pillowcase. Where they did like smocking all over the front of it. And it just created like a 3D pretty pillowcase, I suppose. Which was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Oh my god, I can see Zero bullying the other ducks there in the background. With their water. Okay. To one side. Alright, let's get the side ones done. I feel like this bit's probably not necessary, but I'll do it anyway. Get a nice looking sample at the end of it. And then tomorrow we'll make some more baubles for fun. And then... so next week's going to be really all over the place, but I guess that makes sense. It's Christmas week. There's a lot going on, you know? But yeah, we'll have a stream on Monday. No streams Tuesday, Wednesday, because I'm seeing some family. And then, I guess Thursday, Fridays, we can do like crafts. I might specifically do baubles just because it is so close to Christmas, not necessarily because I need to make any baubles. Although I did want to make some for my mods. I made one for Shifty already because we're doing an art exchange, but I would really like to make one for Dem, Val, and Zero. So maybe we can do that on those days. We can make the mod baubles. And then, of course, Saturday we have our music stream. Oh, bless you, you're fine. Unpredictable, listen, look after yourself. It's very, very early for you, right? You're all good. If you need to nip off, I will not take it personally. I think I'd also need to sleep if I was up that late, you know? There we go. I'm kind of curious if Unpredictable would ever enter TwitchCon. I got a whole 8 hours of sleep today. Guess which hours? Not the correct ones. Was it like 12 midday to like 8 in the evening or something? I thought you did. Okay, I'm very proud of myself. Oh dear. Out of interest, Unpredictable, would you ever enter TwitchCon? Oh my god, Jenny, how would you do that? Just really good at guessing, and also because I know your sleep schedule is really wacky. Would you ever, do you think, enter TwitchCon? Unpredictable. Because you definitely have the skill set where you could do it, but it is a time commitment that I don't know if you would want to do. Oh dear. For cosplay, yeah, like would you enter the cosplay competition at TwitchCon? Because again, like you definitely have all the skills where you feel like you could enter it, but you'd have to want to. It is a lot. It's a big time commitment every time, but I'm just curious, would that be something you would be interested in doing one day? Wow. Go. Dear, between 1 PM or 2 PM or 4 PM or 5 PM. Yeah, somewhere that's not correct. My issues on plus size, so I expect there'll be a strike against me to begin with. I don't believe that's the case. Other plus size people have been entering TwitchCons. In fact, entering larger cosplay competitions. What I would say, and this is nothing against you or your skills, sometimes the cosplayers, if they do happen to be plus size and they win, will get some negative feedback, not from the judges, but from random people online with the whole, well, they only won because they wanted to have like a plus size person win, in the same way that you do sometimes see like, oh, they only won because they wanted a minority to win or something like that. There is that group of people online that do say stuff like that, but cosplayers completely disavow it. Like it's literally randos on the internet will say that kind of stuff because the cosplay they want didn't win. But it is not, you won't be marked against it in TwitchCon. TwitchCon doesn't have an accuracy score at all, you know. Not that weight will ever come into accuracy, because in the same way like disability will never come into accuracy and skin tone will never come into accuracy, they don't. But the general public wouldn't have a foot to stand on if they said that you weren't being accurate enough, because there is no accuracy grading. But yeah, there are some things that no large cosplay competition will judge on, and they are size of the cosplayer, they are disability, if the cosplayer needs mobility aids and stuff like that to help them on stage, and skin tone, because it would literally be against human rights to be like discriminating based on something like that. So yeah, you'd be fine. I know things used to be a little different, but like these days, you might get some disgusting comments, like, but I guess kind of comes, I hate to say it, it kind of comes with the territory on large scale cosplay competitions. There's always someone putting nasty stuff in chat, and Twitch is no different, but it won't be from cosplayers and it won't be from the judges. It will be from like random people online with nothing better to do, you know? I mention it because it is worth bearing in mind if that's something you want to deal with, but not because I think it should hopefully dissuade you, but because, like, you know, it's worth bearing in mind, especially for people that are a little bit more sensitive to that kind of stuff, where it could really hurt their confidence to get those kind of comments. I think worth mentioning those things in advance is important, but it should never be from the cosplay community. I've never seen it from the cosplay community. It is normally random people who have like an agenda, I would say, for the most part. Ah, dear. I consider myself plus size and I don't see it as an issue. Nah. Literally, the only thing I would ever mention is that you might get some nasty comments from random people, but anyone could get nasty comments from random people. It's just that you might be slightly more likely to. And it would never be the cosplayers, it would never be, the judges. No one will discriminate against you based on that. Yeah, it's like one of those things are a lot better with it now. General public is another issue altogether. Yeah, I really want to highlight something that happened like a couple months ago. It was the League of Legends cosplay competition, I believe, which is a really, really big cosplay competition. Just putting it out there, that is a huge one. And the winner did ridiculous. They were ridiculous. Their costume was so good. Not only did it have like functional wings and tail that were like moving and stuff like that, but they made a whole like silicone skin suit. And like they colored the armor and the silicone perfectly to match. It was so good. The winner and everyone who was in the final for that was a fantastic cosplay. I don't think it'd be fair to say any of them didn't deserve to be there because they were all amazing. But the winner was plus size, and there were a lot of comments after it with they only won to make themselves look good by having a plus size person win, when anyone with even a shred of cosplay knowledge knows that that's not the case. They won because they were the best. But the general public is like that. Whichever costume is the biggest and the shiniest normally will win the public vote. And so if the biggest and shiniest costume doesn't win, there are always people who will go online and complain about it afterwards. And that's regardless of your ethnicity, size, ability, stuff like that. That always happens. I think it bears bearing in mind, just so that you can prepare for it with mental health in case you do win. I think anyone entering a big competition should bear that in mind, that it is worth, that you will probably get some negative comments for winning. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. But I would hope that it doesn't actually dissuade any of you. I think if anything, it's just like a thing to so that you don't get surprised if it happens and don't take it too personally. Everyone gets that. Yeah. Oh dear. Plus, as I'm entering, get nasty comments anyways. At least I'm doing something I enjoy. Exactly. Hell yeah. And again, from the cosplay community, most of us, they just like, we just want to see your costume. We're not here to judge your size, whether you're disabled, what color you are, like all the sexuality as well. I'm going to put sexuality in there because I know that did come up at TwitchCon. But yeah, it won't be the cosplayers, it will be randos who have an agenda which is normally to discriminate against whoever they are talking negatively about. Ah, dear. Do you have pics of Santa Skeleton? Welcome on in. Wait, pics of what? Oh, wait, my TwitchCon cosplay or just general TwitchCon cosplays? I don't know if I have pictures of anything. I'm sorry, Skeleton. Right now, I'm just doing like, what do you call it, practice. So what you see is what I've done. Not sure what I cosplay. Well, you got plenty of time to think about it. You don't have to enter this year. The only thing cosplay I care about is literally what you're wearing. They're like, yeah, how did you do it? What skills did you use? You know? There are, like, and again, like, even if there was an accuracy rating, it would never factor in weight. Not in modern cosplay competitions. Because if they started factoring in things like, well, one cosplayer has to use a wheelchair, it's like, no. And a lot of cosplay competitions these days actually use resourcefulness as one of their categories. TwitchCon does, a lot of big ones do. What that refers to is making a costume that is in a world of fiction reality, and that can be many different things. That could be, oh, you have floating things around your head, how do you make that happen? Or it can also be things like, oh, you're altering your costume around a wheelchair, how have you done that? Stuff like that. So there's like, not only will you not be marked down for it, depending on adjustments you make, you may actually gain points. Yeah. That being said, I still firmly disbelieve that anyone would ever win just for being a minority. That's not how it works in cosplay competitions. If a minority wins, it's because they're the best. If someone who is larger wins, it's because they're the best. If somebody in a wheelchair wins, it's because they're the best. You know, I don't want to spread that narrative by any means. You will win if you are the best. But, yeah. How you approach the problem solving is often judged at this point. And, like, again, problem solving will look different for every single cosplayer because we have different things to overcome. For me, a lot of my problem solving is like, if I'm doing a less realistic costume with lots of extra like wings and tails and stuff like that, how do I make that work in a costume that I can walk around in? Has nothing to do with my disability, but it is something that I would consider going into, like Mateus, for instance. As well, you know, it's a really simple one, but can you pee in your costume? You know, can you use the bathroom in your costume? The amount of costumes that are created that it's basically impossible to pee in, if you have basically got a mechanism in it, which means that it's really easy to use the bathroom, that's problem solving. And that's something you should mention. And like, listen, most of us cosplayers will need to pee at least once. You know, in there 8 in the morning till like 6 in the evening, like you're gonna have to pee at least once. So how do you do it? So how are you doing it? Oh dear. What gets to a winning cosplay? Well, what I'd say is, well, unpredictable. Did you watch TwitchCon Cosplay's VODs? So there's a VOD for Amsterdam and there's a VOD for San Diego. Maybe have a look at the previous winners and see what they're making. See what other people have done this year to help inspire you for next year. Because the people that won awards at both Amsterdam and San Diego were fantastic cosplayers. It means you'll have more people to follow on Twitch who would have like a lot more knowledge about it. But also, you'd get an idea at the quality and like the craftsmanship out on display at TwitchCon. It's a win-win because you meet more cosplayers, but also it helps you with your own design process. Yeah. Also, we are slowly but surely adding bows. You see them? You see them? They're very cute. Very cute little bows. Hell yeah. I did glance at them, but I have to look at them more. I tend to sew more couture, which is what I'm going to be doing. And I believe for 2024, Amazonia is doing the same thing. Because this is the thing, original designs are allowed at TwitchCon. Because there's no accuracy score, you can design your own character. I don't want to spoil it too much, but the winner of TwitchCon Amsterdam won with a design that was technically an original design of a pre-existing character. Sunkoi entered with an original design of a pre-existing character. They did Vaporeon. So Sunkoi did amazing with that, and they honestly, they only had a few months and they did it absolutely fantastically. And then the winner from Amsterdam was also technically an original cosplay because they dropped their own references and made a design based on a character that already existed, which is what I'll be doing this year. It gives you a lot more freedom because then if there's a character that you wanted to cosplay but their costume doesn't excite you completely, you can alter it. And as long as you can provide references for what you were following, so like your own designs, you're fine. You can do it inspired by. Yeah. Literally, we had 2 people in Amsterdam that had done that, and one of them won as the grand winner. Because that way it really means you can pick and choose the skills that you want to show. And TwitchCon is, at the end of the day, a craftsmanship-based competition. There is no performance grading. There is no accuracy grading. You are fully graded on your skills. Which means if the costume you want to do doesn't necessarily lean into those skills, you can make it lean into them. As long as you provide references for the design that you've chosen to follow. So like you redraw it, which is something that I think is completely within your wheelhouse of skill at this point. But like, yeah, as long as you draw up your design so that you do have a design to present the judges, it can be a completely original design. It could be an original character. And there is nothing against that. What I would say is the rules for Amsterdam come out in February or March-ish time. Have a little look at them when they come out, just because if they do add any rules about original characters, you'll see it there first. You'll see it there before it arrives in San Diego. That way, like, I'll be doing the same thing, because although I'm not doing an original character, I am doing an original design. Just to make sure that I stick within the rules. Can you do something a myth? Yeah, absolutely. There was no limits on, like, the character you could do. As long as you can make your own references for what you were trying to do, you're fine. Like, that's the only caveat, is that you have to bring your own references kind of thing, like, because it's not a real thing, and explain why you've done it. You know, say Cthulhu, you're doing Snow Queen, which is from a book, right? Yeah, stuff like that is absolutely fine. I think Amazonia is planning on doing like their own version of Maleficent, inspired by the techniques used in like Game of Thrones style costuming. So it'll be like a character people know, but a completely original version. I can't tell you the character I'm doing, but I'm going to be doing a Venetian/Renaissance style reimagining of a character. Like a lot of us are doing like original characters. Or original designs, I should say. Yeah. Ah, dear. Like do 4, but not an existing media 4. Yeah, like that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Now I have another idea. Oh, sorry. That's the problem when you're talking about inspiration, isn't it? Ah, dear. Jeez. In February. So in February, that's when the submissions period opened last year. It could be February, it could be March, but that's when you can start submitting your cosplay to enter into the TwitchCon cosplay contest for EU only. But when they release the submission date, when you can start submitting, that's when you also get the set of rules. So that's when I can look at them and see if they've made any changes from last year. Bear in mind, last year was the first year they did it in EU, so there might be a few changes. But a lot of cosplayers who are thinking to enter to next year's or the year after will be keeping an eye on the rules when they drop at that point. Oh dear. The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. Heck yeah! Many moons ago, I did put a group cosplay of sexy Alice in Wonderland and design them all. Well, there you go. You could absolutely do that. The only rule that you really need to bear in mind is that it has to have been made within the last year, starting at the submission period, which is something that I didn't realize. I thought it was a year from the previous TwitchCon, but that's not true. It's a year from the beginning of the submission deadline. So let me see. I actually have it copied, like I copied it so that I remembered the wording. The rules specifically states, for the EU one I should say, cosplay must have been created within the 12 months immediately prior to the submission period. So the submission period last year started in February, which is why I'm kind of guessing it's going to be February, but it could also be a little later, you never know. And you need to give evidence to basically prove that you didn't start it before then, which is why I'm very specifically not starting my costume yet. Not until submissions open for TwitchCon Paris, because when submissions open for TwitchCon Paris, then I can start the costume. Oh yeah, do you want me to get, this is, bear in mind, anime, the rules for last year. I would say read them, take them, you can't bend the rules yet because we haven't had the rules from this year, but they are definitely worth having. There you go. That should be it. So basically, if you want to enter Paris 2023, you can't have started it before February 2022. So if you, as long as it's between February 2022 and I guess July 2023, you could have made it within that time. If you started before February 2022, then it would be disqualified. Yes. Does that make sense? So it has to be 1 year immediately prior to the submission period. So if you started in August, yeah, that's fine. You're well within the submission period. There are likely going to be people that might have started as early as February. So yeah, you're well within it, do not worry. And there's the link. What I would say, any cosplayers who are interested in TwitchCon, take that link and save it. Because until we have a new rule set, that is the only one you're getting. So if you're curious, take it and save it. Save it as a bookmark or something. That way, when you're looking at planning your costumes in the future, you have it there. That's interesting. Also, Laptop had a moment. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize because I thought it was 1 year prior to the previous TwitchCon, right? That was my thought. But Amazonia actually found it in the rules and pointed it out and was like, yeah, I just checked, but it's not 1 year prior to the previous TwitchCon. It's 1 year previous, yeah. So you actually get 16 months rather than 12. Which I don't think any of us knew in July. I don't think a single one of us knew that in July. But we know now that you actually get that long. Also, I've done 2 rows of bows. Look at these cute beans. Very cute beans. They're not completely neat, but I still love them. Oh dear. So if you want to enter Paris 23, wait, to go to Paris 23, I want to make a cosplay? You do. You can't go to Paris without a costume. What are you thinking? This is Paris we're talking about, Jason. If you want to go to Paris, you have to at least have a costume. But I can't, there we go. Couldn't get my needle through. There we are, there we are. Oh dear. So starting February 2024, yeah. So I'll be starting for 2023. So if I start the next costume in February 2023, or just whenever the submission period opens, I'm going to assume it's February 2023, but it could be later, it could be earlier. But if I start then in 2023, I can still enter that into 2024's TwitchCon and I can get the full 16 months. That's part of why I decided to change my tactics, because I was like, listen, I want the best chance possible. Let's do a 16-month cosplay. Mateus was a full 12 months, and I'm happy with that. But 16 months? That's just 4 extra months. It's a very sneaky rule as well, because everyone just assumes it's 1 year prior to, like myself included, assumed it's 1 year prior to the previous TwitchCon, because like, why would you assume anything else? But no. 1 year prior to the submission period. Oh dear. The bows are cute. Hell yeah. Thank you. I really like them. They're very, very cute. They might be too cute for this costume, honestly. But I really like them. I think they still need slightly bigger beads, but like, tiny little bows. I feel like I should use that with a course that says I'm good at those. Yeah, and that's an important skill to show. There's a huge difference between 12 months and 16 months, there is. And like, this is the thing, if I want to give myself the best chance at like placing anywhere, I think at this point the skill level of TwitchCon is so high, I will need the full 16 months. That's why. Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, make a huge difference. And like, I feel a bit bad that I didn't know that before, and like I was thinking it was the year before, and that's what I was saying, because I worry that I might have misled a few people, because like, I will say it wasn't purposeful, but like that is what I thought was the case. And saying that it was 1 year prior to July, when in reality people could have started it back in February. Had I known that, I would have been telling people in February you could start your costume now for next year at Paris. Yeah, I don't want people to think that it was on purpose. It really wasn't. I didn't know. I did. But how to get the cosplay to the con if it's huge? Honestly, I don't know anyone who's got that entirely down. That's hard. I mean, we had Vilena Cosplay go across to America, and I know unfortunately she had a huge costume, but one of the wings broke in transport. And like, what do you do if that happens? I don't know. It just, very scary. I think dresses and things that fold down are not so bad, but if you're working in foam, it's definitely something to plan really early on. But if you've done a lot of planning into transporting your costume, you can definitely bring that up in judging. Like, if you've had to really work at how you get your costume from A to B, like, that's problem solving. Bring it, oh, what happened? Oh, bring it up in judging. Oh, sniff. You gotta go to work. Oh, good luck with work, Anime. I hope it goes well. Take care, take care. Oh dear, I'm looking at large plastic containers. Yeah, it's, depending on the type of costume, it's rough. I am not someone who transports Large costumes. Who would I recommend? There's a few Twitch streamers that do. I might struggle to find them though because they are doing such big costumes that I don't see them so often. Who in America? There was someone I'm thinking of. They made like a unicorn like Doom armor. Does anyone know who I'm talking about if I say unicorn Doom armor? I know they're doing a spider thing at the moment. Who is it? Someone's probably written it in chat and I'm not looking. Oh, you want to check on the ducks? Yeah, you can check on the ducks. Oh dear. As long as you dimensions within the max size, it can go with extra luggage. Yeah, that also is good. Oh, you're gonna be lucky? Oh, good luck with the luck. You're fine. So I'm trying to find this Twitch streamer. Thing is, they're one of the first people I followed, so I can't go back in my followers because like it was so long ago that I followed them. Oh, it's gonna really annoy me if I can't remember it. I'm sorry, I have to find this. It's important to me. Who is the Twitch streamer? They won the... If anyone else knows, they won Larger Than Life in 2019's TwitchCon. Is that narrowing it down for anyone? I just need one person to know who I'm talking about. They're an amazing Twitch streamer, but I cannot remember their names. I'm having a complete blank. Going 8! That's it! Going 8 Cosplay. Thank you, Asylum. Going 8 Cosplay. If you are looking to like talk to people about how they transport larger costumes, Going 8 Cosplay basically only does only does larger than life foam armor like costumes with sewing elements, but it's huge. Is it Going 8 Cosplay? Is that their name? Nope, not Going 8 Cosplay. Do you know their actual Twitch name, Hebe, so I can shout them out? If not, don't worry. Oh, it's Costume. Got you. Going 8 Costume. There we go. There we are. If you are looking to find someone who consistently transports larger costumes, go and ask Going 8. They should be in your time zone as well because they are an American streamer. They have won larger than life categories before. They are consistently making really, really huge costumes. They are probably one of the best people to ask on Twitch when it comes to how do you transport your larger costumes, because that's literally all they do. They do really, really big costumes. They're very impressive. They use hundreds of skills. Honestly, some of the most impressive costumes I've seen, but yeah, I would go check them out if I were you. And that goes to anyone in chat. If anyone in chat is just interested in like, you know, meeting more cosplayers and talking to more cosplayers, they were a very sweet bean. They were one of the first people I ever followed on Twitch. Because I was really impressed with what they were doing, and I'd seen them at what do you call it? As then I saw them at TwitchCon, and that was really, really cool. I didn't see them in person, I just watched the VOD, I should say. But they very much inspired me early on. So if you haven't checked them out, please do. They're very, very cool, and they make really cool stuff. Honestly, if you click on their Twitch and then just go through their, what would you call it? Instagram and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. You'll see all of the crazy stuff they've been doing. There you go, Instagram. they do like this. Like when you look at the concepts of what they're planning to make at the moment, you're like, what are you doing? It's so big. Everything they make is so big, and there's so many pipes, and they're all huge costumes, and they're so detailed as well. So yeah, if you're looking for someone to inspire you with your larger costumes, they'd be a good one. So I'm gonna go back to this now. We've got another one in. We're slowly but surely we're adding in these bows. Thank you so much, Asylum. Yeah, I was really drawing a blank on their name. I was like, God, I know the costumes they've done. I've known what they've won. I've been following them for years. Who the hell are they? We all have those moments though, right? It's completely blank on a name. Oh dear. One thing I will say, and maybe this is just my competitive spirit speaking, but the person who won overall for both America and for Amsterdam was one of the larger than life contestants. So, you know, I don't know. I just feel like there's an opportunity maybe for someone from a different category to win next year. That would be really cool. We've had a lot of larger than life winners. Where the armor peeps at? Where the sewing peeps at? Where the SFX people are at? We've had all these larger than life winners. What about the other categories? I say as I was also in the larger than life category. Oh dear. Oh, what's happened here? Oh wait, is this not through? Ah, I see. That's fine. I was confused. I was like, what's happening? Not through on the other side. There you go. That's better. Oh dear. So it was San Diego TwitchCon 2019. Yeah, they didn't win overall, but they did win the larger than life category, and their costume was stunning, to be fair. Like really, really cool. A lovely mixture of like larger than life techniques and like I guess sewing stuff. It was really, really cool. Embroidery and like all of the leaves. It was so pretty. But yes, it was a very, very cool costume, I must say. I mean, the thing is as well, you can still watch the VODs for San Diego TwitchCon in 2019 and before on YouTube. If you're looking for cosplay inspiration, honestly, they're fantastic. I just found a website that sells all kinds of clothing. I'm tempted to get myself, oh my God. You're gonna start a new skill in the new year, Wig. You know I am an enabler, right? I will absolutely cheer you on. Why is bacon taking so long to prepare? Because it knows you want it, and so it's making you wait. Bacon is a tease. Oh my God. Look. So cute. All the tiny little bows. Yeah, I love this. This has the squares, but still the cute factor. I want to use this one. I'm worried it's a little too cute, but even if it's a little too cute, it's just so cute. I can't say no. All the teeny tiny little bows. Hell yeah. Ah, dear. How long has this taken? 2 hours-ish? Okay. But you know what? I've been chatting about things, so probably less than 2 hours. 2 hours and some change. Maybe. For such a small sample as well. What I will say actually though is the 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters seems like a really good size for this one, just because the squares end up a little smaller than they did on the other side. I probably wouldn't want to go smaller with the grid. Ah dear. Also Asylum, thank you for contributing to the hack and goal, which is speedily getting very high. We've only had this goal for 2 streams so far, and it's already at 40,000, which is a little worrying, but it's okay. Ah, dear. I've had 2 guesses. One very good guess and one very bad guess. But then I don't think if anyone had guessed it before we'd given even more than 1 clue, I would have been a bit miffed, I think. Oh dear. Well, there you go. Only have, oh my God, so many. And Jason, thank you for contributing too. 6 days of curing in the fridge and a day of smoking. If I do this right, we'll have fresh homemade bacon on Christmas morning. Oh, that's lovely, Jason. What a nice way of like spending your Christmas, just with like extra tasty foods. That sounds very nice. Very, very nice. Ah, dear. 73k left. Oh, the clue was already redeemed today. Yeah, but I can tell you what it was. I'm not going to hide the clues from you guys. So the clue we had on Thursday was that it's from the last 5 years. So it debuted within the last 5 years, or at least if it's a revamp, it re-debuted in the last 5 years. So it's a relatively modern show. The clue today is that it's a television show, not including anime. So it's not an anime, it is specifically a television show. It is not a movie, it's a series. And that was your clue today. That it's not a movie, it's not an anime, it's not a video game. It's a television show. From the last 5 years that I have watched. But we've already had the guess redeemed today, so there's no more guesses for today. It was a really good guess, but it wasn't quite right. Although at this rate, we might hit the 150k before anyone guesses. I think I think it will be quite difficult to get though, so I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a difficult one. Ah, there we go. Wow. I think I've got 2 more rows of bows to go. God. There we go. And honestly, I'm quite proud of this. Might even take a picture of this one. I haven't taken a picture of any of them so far because I look at them and I'm like, they all kind of need improvement. But I'm kind of proud of this one. I don't know. It still needs improvement. Like, it's not perfect. But it looks kind of cute. I'm quite happy with it. Little bows. I don't know how obvious they are to you guys, but got all these little bows in there. Oh, it looks very bridal because it's on an ivory fabric. It's not meant to look bridal, but you know, that's what I have. The 11 episodes as oh yeah, there's a new protagonist in Pokemon, isn't there? That's kind of exciting though. It's about time. So TV show, which could mean cartoon, but not anime. Yes, it could definitely mean cartoon. I don't want to rule that out just yet. But like, yeah, no, not anime though. Specifically not anime. Ah, dear, yeah, new protagonist. But again, like, it's been Ash for so long. Like, I kind of support the new protagonist idea. All right. And let's go in here. And oh, there you go. Honestly, I think the real takeaway from today's clue is it's not a Final Fantasy character. I don't believe there's been any Final Fantasy media other than Final Fantasies. And even then, has there actually been a Final Fantasy in the last 5 years? I don't think there has been. I guess unless you count the MMO having like updates. I feel like it was longer than 5 years ago that 15 came out. Although actually no, we had the what do you call it? The Chaos one. What's the Chaos one called? I don't remember. But it's the one where they won't stop talking about chaos. We did have that one. Oh dear. Bins, welcome on in and thank you so much for contributing. Oh my god. You know, I've already made a scene when we're making that costume so that everything looks pretty. Looks pretty and yes. Color coordinated. 2016 is when 15 came out, so yeah, that is, oh my god, chaos. Yeah, there's a new Final Fantasy, but it's prequel. It's not very long, but it's like a prequel Final Fantasy, and they won't stop talking about chaos, and it's very funny, and like you see clips from it, and you think that it's just like memes, but then when you actually watch clips of the game, it's not memes. He really did. What did he put? He told like some woman to shut up, and then he puts like earbuds in and starts listening to Limp Bizkit. But like, it literally, when you say it out loud, it sounds like a meme, like someone's edited that in, but it's like, no, that's the real game. Like, this woman pours her heart out to him and he's like, shut up, and then puts the earbuds in, and it's like, oh my god. It's so funny though. The next thing I have to show is Pepper Loss for SEA event. Ooh, wait, that's pretty soon as well, unpredictable. Nice. I don't know what Pepper Loss is, but hell yeah. I suppose I'm gonna be cold wearing the amounts of linen toga in. Yeah. That does sound like kind of a chilly outfit. Then again, I prefer to be a little bit on the cold side than a little bit on the warm side. Better to be chilly than overheating, at least for me. That's my personal preference, is I'd rather be chilly than overheating. There you go. No sleeves. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit chilly in it. Can you make like a shawl, or can you add a shawl to it or something if you already own a shawl? Go, and then dear. I had some pretty fibula for a shoulder pin though. Hey, there we go. Look, just a little something to cover you. They're not getting too cold. Yeah, I still would rather be cold than hot in a costume. Unfortunately, all the costumes I seem to make are incredibly layered, so I'm nearly always too hot in them. It's like, I don't remember having made a big costume that I didn't feel a little too warm in at least once. Oh, they're literally the pins that hold the shoulders on. Oh, okay. Nice. Hell yeah. I trust you. I trust you and your sewing intuition. Unpredictable, you got this. Oh dear. And under there. And oh, it's so cute. Oh wait, no, don't do a bead yet. Go the whole way down first. And in there. Oh, and off to the side. There you go. That's better. Oh, it's so cute. Then again, I think anything with bows and a pastel light color is cute. Honestly, this looks more like something you'd maybe have at a christening right now, but I still think it's cute. Like if I was to keep going, maybe like making like a christening shawl or something is what I imagine this would go on. At least, especially in this color. Maybe if it was in a different color, I wouldn't feel the same way. But in this color, I'm like, christening. A christening. That's what this looks like. Oh, there's like a thread here. There you are. I need to pull this off. It's getting stuck in the thread and it could cause knotting. Not worth it. Period. I have to ask. I think they'd be fine. I think Monty is pooping on my... God. Oh dear. They're trying to get your attention, Jason. Oh dear. There's nothing holy in this dream. What are you talking about? I'm like making christening stuff. How do you get more holy than a christening? It's like bows. It's ivory bows. On a like. We're an incredibly holy stream. We're like a Christian stream. Yeah. Holy. We don't swear. That's true. We don't swear. Keep things holy. I'm kind of memeing, but only a little bit. Only a little bit. I do think, well, I don't think we necessarily qualify as a Christian stream because I'm not Christian and we don't talk about Christian things. I do think that we are a relatively fluffy stream, chill bean stream, you know, relaxing vibe stream. Oh dear. Honestly though, the reason we talk about so much like weird garbage on this chat is because like that's how I was brought up. So if you want to blame someone, you can blame my parents. Because we would always talk about weird things like at the dinner table and stuff like that. And so like, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just bringing up dinner topics, like topics you talk about over dinner. So like I have the holiest of intentions. Oh dear. For context, Monty is daddy long legs. Oh, you got a big spider friend. Do they help get rid of flies or are they a bit useless? Are there Christian streams? There are, yeah. There are streams that talk more about Christian values and stuff like that. It's not my cup of tea because I'm not a Christian. They're not made for me, but they do exist. There's an octopus you could... Robert, I'll fight you. I'll fight you one-on-one in the ring. I'll do it. Monty has cleansed my bathroom. Hell yeah! Oh my god, they're very hard worker. We love a good hard-working bean. Oh dear. I'm not made for you, you need Jesus. I do not. Listen, if Jesus saw what I was doing, they would say that I was doing the God's work and they'd leave me be. You know? I created a rest space. It's a good thing. And we're open. Nothing wrong with a bit of openness, you know? Oh dear, cosplay reveal. I know, thank you George for contributing. I'm honestly really excited about this next one because I think it'll be one of the first costumes I've ever made that people might actually know. Other than just me and the people that like absolutely adore Final Fantasy also. Like I think maybe some people might know this costume. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd make a costume that people, they might not recognize the costume, but they'll recognize the character. Or maybe at least the show that it's from. Though I think people might recognize something about this, which has not happened in the longest time. Also, Hawk, welcome on in. Thank you so much for contributing to our goal. Ah, dear. I only submit to Lord Tom Hardy. Very understandable. I submit to our duck overruler, and you know that's it. I can't submit to anyone else. It has to be the overruler of duck. There's also Monty the Second, which is another daddy long legs that has made his home in the corner. Oh my god, but he's a bit of a perv. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not so keen on that Monty then. Yeah, true actually. Now that you say it, considering the positioning, that is a bit sus. I love this. Sleeves. Oh my god, wait a minute. 2 seconds, sleeves. Did someone steal your duck? They did. Sleeves, I forgot to mention earlier, but someone has stolen your duck. Not that I think it's appeared yet. I don't think Sleeves' duck is in the pond so far. Oh no, it is. This was you. But it is now called mine. I don't remember who stole it though. I just remember that it was stolen. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who's responsible for this. But yes, your duck got stolen. I'm sorry, Sleeves. My duck's okay. Let's see. I don't think anyone's stolen yours, George. We just find them. Oh, it's the donut one, right? Yeah, you're still fine, George. No one's taken the donut just yet. I don't think they've spawned yet, though, would be the only thing. I think they might just be waiting for them. You're still there, you are. I'm gonna go find the. I'm sorry, Sleeves. You can redeem it. You can steal your duck back if you want. It's the same channel point redeem. It's just now it's for stealing ducks because we actually technically have 3 new ducks, but they were all. Oh my god, Jason. All right, who are you stealing and what are they called? Although we do have 3 new ducks. Let me get on the proper screen so you can see them all. We have 3 new ducks. We have like, I don't know what this one is, but they got like a little barrel. We got woodcutter duck and we've got like, I think skiing duck, maybe, or maybe diving duck. We got 3 new ducks. If you want one of the new ones, you can be. Otherwise, what would you like to call a new duck? Are mine okay? Echo. I think you're no longer the stabbing duck. I think you knew that one though. I can't see you anywhere else. Unless you have what, if you know which one yours was. I know you had the stabbing duck and that got stolen. In fact, oh no, there you go, you're still on fire. There you go, you're still the fire duck. Little plasters, yes, you've still got your little plasters. I want the mine duck and I want to name it not yours, mine. Okay, got it. Got it, Jason. There are some ducks here that are very highly contested. As you can see, mine duck is very heavily contested, as is the stabbing duck. Certain ducks are just getting stolen a lot more than others. There you go. Not yours, mine. They're up there in the corner. All right, let's go back to the sewing camera and then I'll remove the duck off the screen for now. There we go. You still have them behind chat, of course. I can see it. I'm gonna get my stabby duck back. Oh yeah? It's very contested. A lot of people want that duck. They need a lot more ducks. Yeah, honestly, if they bring up more duck DLC, I'll get it. Like every time they make more, I'm just like, I want more. I will take more. But we got 3 new ducks. So there are 3 new ones you can take, and they are quite cute. I don't know. I like them. I think they're cute. Ah, dear. Right, let's get the last few bows in. Yeah, I think a few people want the stabby one. I know Grobbit has it right now. Amazoni has also gone for the stabby one before, and of course yourself. So there's been like a few people really going for that particular duck. I think the dragon duck is quite highly contested as well, just because it's the only duck that like breathes fire so far. And not the only duck with fire, funnily enough. Like there are other ducks like Sunkoi and a little candle duck that can also set people on fire, but it's the only one that breathes fire. And I think that's the selling point, really. No one's stolen me yet. But then I guess my duck is just a responsibility duck. My duck gives birth. So like, unless you want to have babies, I guess you probably don't want to steal my duck. I will say when I took the duck, I didn't realize it did that. Otherwise, I might have picked a different duck, but that's okay. You had a good run with it, so you can't play. True, you were there through the whole charity event as well as the duck setting everyone on fire. Oh dear. I'm trying to think of other ducks. Disco Duck is not very contested, and like that really shocks me because like that's the one that I would go for, because at night you're literally just playing music, and I think that's really cute. But no one seems to want Disco Duck. Someone's got it now, of course. Like there is an owner for Disco Duck, but it generally shocks me how long it took for Disco Duck to be taken. Well, I thought it would be one of the most popular ones, but clearly that's not to your guys' taste. It's just my taste. Okay, and snip that off. Right, we just need to go along the top now. And then I might actually keep this sample for the book, for a practice book, because this one's actually quite nice. It's worked out quite well. It's not perfect, but it gives an idea. Can't complain. Although I will go through it. I probably will like sew some of the bits together, because otherwise it's gonna end up quite thick. And that's not ideal, honestly. We don't want it that thick. So I'll probably be going through and sewing some bits down so that it's a little bit less thick. Like, I like stuff thick, but like, to get it in a book and also to have it on the costume, I don't think it should be quite as thick as that. Wow, there we go. I kind of wish there were a few new ducks in the DLC, but it looks like there's lots of space for new ducks, so maybe they'll add them as like add-ons later. Because only 3 new ducks is not very many new ducks. The other DLC had like, you know, what, 20 new ducks or something? So I hope they add a few more. But what I will say is the ducks they have added are very cute, and they all seem like special ducks, not just patterned, like also special. We do get a new pool, that is true. The new pool is pretty good. And it's very wintry, which is nice. It's themed, it's cute. So yeah, I guess I can't complain. Plus it is literally like £1 something. Like, you know, for all I'm complaining, it's like, you know, effectively the price of a Freddo. It's not that bad. I mean, the price of a Freddo is bad, but the price of the DLC is not. Oh my god, you want the duck back. Got you, Echo, 2 seconds. Just copy your name. Alright. Oh, wrong ducks. It's ducks. To get to that one, I do just have to quickly... There you go. I'm sorry, Grobbit, you've lost your duck again. You still have your rainbow duck. Oh no, you don't have your rainbow duck, because SJS stole your rainbow duck. Grobbit, you no longer have a duck. Right, where is... Oh, I don't know if Knife Duck has actually spawned yet. Let me double check up top. Has Knife Duck spawned? No, Knife Duck hasn't spawned yet. It will, but it hasn't just quite yet. Don't worry, it just takes a little time sometimes. There we go. That's there. There we go. Thank you. Oh dear. Thank you for your cooperation in adding a new duck. I'm so sorry, Grobbit. You've managed to lose Rainbow Duck and Knife Duck. I don't know why all the ones you want are so contested. Well, actually, Knife Duck and Rainbow Duck I kind of get, to be honest, because they are both kind of cool ducks. Oh dear. There we go. And this one. Ooh, just a couple more bows left. The fact that it's taken this long to do such a small sample does make me a little nervous, but it does cover quite a lot of space. There we go. I hear your voice now, my heart. There we go. And living a dream. Oh, there you go. Get that nice and tight. Nice. BK, do crimes, my only 2 personality traits. Honestly relatable. Ah, dear. Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you. I will get a PO box one day so I can actually open it up, but for now, I'm so sorry. Listen, I'll just dox myself. I only dox myself for cosplayers. Oh dear. Okay, thank you. Honestly, I love it. I wanted to do something with squares because like I like squares. I'm a simple person. I like squares. And like I found this one with bows on it and I was like that might be a perfect mixture of squares and cute. And it's ended up really cute and really sparkly and I love it. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet. But I'm glad that I've done it. Surprise, it's me. I arrive in a box. Hell yeah. Listen, we have a guest bedroom. The guest bedroom is like one of the only places it's done in this house. We're ready. Oh, thank you, George. Take care. I'm assuming you're heading out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for the raid. But yeah, look after yourself. I'm assuming it's getting late for you. And hot. Oh, dear. So close. No, I'm really pleased with it. It's ended up very cute. Very, very cute. And honestly, time consuming, but not too bad. I have to remember that I do have 16 months to make this, so it's okay if a few bits are a little bit more time consuming. I have time. There we go. And back in the other side. There we go. Oh. It's alright, the edge ones are all going to be kind of all over the place. Oh, I'm still here! Oh, bless you! Stream is going well! I assumed you were getting some sleep. How silly of me. George does not sleep. Never, never, never. Oh dear, bless you. I'm so sorry. I got confused. What is happening here? Oh, okay, okay. Oh. And go. Ooh. I just had dinner. Stream was fun. Played some Jackbox. Honestly, that sounds pretty damn fun. I love, over the last couple years, we've introduced Jackbox to our families, and we've had some really good times. It's been really good. We weren't sure if everyone would get along with it, because it does feel like a little bit more modern, and like, my family is a very board game family, but because we all have mobile phones, it's worked really well, and it's been really nice. Honestly, I've really enjoyed going back and playing it, and there's a couple others as well that we've got that are Jackbox or similar, that you can just play with your... It's nice, and it's easy. You don't have to put it all away afterwards. I'm a big fan. Go. I like the game where, like, one person doesn't get the same clue as everyone else, and you're all trying to work out who that one person is who didn't get the same clue by the answers that they're giving. I really enjoy playing that one. That one's really fun. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the one where you all point at things or like put a certain number of fingers up and stuff like that. Like, it'd be stuff like, how many times have you pooped today? And everyone's like, okay. Or like, or something like that, right? And then there's someone who's like this, and you're like, you're the liar. There's no way you've pooped 10 times in one day. Oh dear. But then it's like, actually, plot twist, someone in your family just has the shits right now, and they're being honest. And it's like, oh my god, it wasn't them. I love that one. It's a really fun one. Okay. That's the last boat added. Now, I would say if I'm going to add it into a book as a sample, I'm going to have to flatten the back a little bit, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll decide whether or not I want to add this in as a sample. Yeah. Oh, dear. Right. There is. It's very small, but it's very cute. It's just like lots of squares with bows in between them. Although maybe I'd do it in more like a diamond, I'm not sure. It's not perfect, it needs some neatening up. There are definitely some places I can make it look a little neater. But as a first test, I am incredibly pleased with it. It's very cute and it's got like a little bit of sparkle in it. I love it. Faking It, is that the one it's called? I like that one. That one's really, really fun. I love Faking It. Dear. Also, Morrigue, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm just gonna trim the edges of this a little bit because it's a bit large for what it is. We'll just trim it down a little, and then I'll neaten the edges up if I'm deciding to flatten it for the book. Oh dear, there we go. And And then down there. There you go. What did I just cut? Oh, it's under there. Okay. A more manageable size. Yeah, it does remind me of something for like a christening, but other than that, I think it's really cute. It's fun with people you know the least, at least a little bit. Not so much with strangers. Yeah, this is the thing. I enjoy playing with family. I think with strangers it might be a little weird. Because like, how would you know if someone was lying? Like, it'd be really difficult. Like, maybe they do shit 10 times in a day. I don't know. The rap battle's fun too. Don't think I won any of the games. Like, oh, bless you. As long as you had fun, you're a winner. Mine's even... Yeah! And actually, if 80s wedding dress feels right. Now we've done 2. And I'm pretty pleased with the 2 that we've done. I do like this one better. This one's cute, but it's like... It's not really the vibe that I think I want. It's a bit too floral. I'm not really looking for floral. I don't mind decorated, but not really florals. So like, it's cute, but nah. We did do another sample of that a bit smaller as well, and I do think it looked a little bit better smaller, but like, yeah. This one is the one I'm happiest with so far. It's just probably also because I'm using the material I should be, rather than like a really thick cotton. Oh dear, right. Oh. I am going to do a short stream today. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to rest my voice a little bit so that it gets better. So that I can do longer streams again. So we are going to end it there, but I'll be back tomorrow and we'll be making some baubles and hopefully go a little bit longer because it is crafty coffee morning, so I won't be the only person talking probably. But in the meantime, let's find a really cool bean to raid you all into. It is just past lunchtime, so hopefully a few people have started up for their stuff today. They have! Brilliant. Okay, we're going to raid into Sunkoi. Sunkoi is a fantastic cosplayer. They were in TwitchCon Amsterdam this last year, and they're actually currently making a costume for TwitchCon Paris this next year. They're also just generally a really, really sweet being, so it's always lovely to send them some love when we can. They're a fantastic cosplayer, very, very talented. They do a lot of SFX stuff as well, which is really, really cool. So if you have, like, that's something that I'm personally not very good at. So if you're looking for, like, that side of cosplay, they'll probably be really good with questions and stuff like that. They are streaming, hell yeah. I was immediately like, Sunkoi streams on a Saturday. Can we find them? There they are. We got them. We got them. Ah, dear. Right, so we're going to go in there today. Tomorrow we're doing crafty coffee morning, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much for the raid today, and have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. I'll send you all over to Sunkoi. There we go.